in character. I think I need to get
Sorry, it'll take me another handful of seconds.
Have you started the stream thing?
Yep.
So we're done.
Are we going to introduce ourselves and stuff?
No, not to the internet. They don't need to know. Alex just went live. Saturday morning cup tunes.
Yep.
See, mine did not give me a push notification, and it's supposed to. Fuck you, Twitch.
My watch now button isn't working. So.
Okay, although my
There
phone
it
does
goes.
still think that you're offline, apparently.
I might be offline. It might not be working, and if it's not...
0 viewers.
That sounds about right.
Too soon.
Are we on Twitch?
You
Yes.
will be. It's the end
Really?
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday morning cup tunes. Playing
If I
Cuphead.
didn't hit the sound of my own voice on recording, I'd go on Twitch and watch me. Is it cool if I hop away for a second to prep some veggies?
Yeah, man.
How are you going to
You
prep
cook all
them?
the veggies you need.
They are frozen, so they need to be at least slightly unfrozen.
Yeah, frozen things are hard to
Actually, I
cut,
have no
in
idea
my
what I'm
experience.
doing, if I'm being honest. Actually,
No, don't do that. Don't show the internet my important documents.
IP address.
For anyone who wants to
How
hack
to
it, please
dox
tell
an
me.
Alex. Don't.
Aren't the yellow ones are mango flavored?
Yeah. If I did it right, then
We're
we're
good.
live.
Nice.
And
Hello, Internet!
Hello.
wow.
I don't know how choppy we are.
You seemed fine last time.
Did
I
I?
wasn't typing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I believe you. Hey, I'm real.
you are.
Yes, right.
Nice.
Want some
Oh
cool
God,
Don't
feedback?
even
that.
sound like us.
No.
Be very careful with the feedback.
So you want, you
Still
guys
says
want some
Saturday
cool
morning cup
feedback?
tunes.
But yeah, it's not the prettiest layout in the world. There's a lot of gray that I can't seem to get rid of. We'll figure that out later.
Nice. I like gray.
I'll just keep digging at this
I
whenever
think it
we're...
looks pretty cool.
I like the
whenever we're
misty
not.
dot.
Right? I like the
Thank you.
Hope Death Road.
Oh yeah,
That's
I'm
the
not
music
playing
that's
that
playing?
music right now.
Oh, God.
There's no music.
Careful.
What?
There's so much.
No one's
Wait,
dead.
what's the... No.
Professor Lex.
What's the channel?
Professor Lex.
Twitch.tv
All one word.
/Professor Lex.
Is my phone... Wait, never mind.
I,
Our video is to be streamed as well.
What's that?
Just chilling down and
No, but Alex, this is really funny.
That was awesome. You disappeared and then popped up in frame, laughed, and disappeared again.
Neat.
Like a leprechaun.
some might have seen.
You're not the Professor Lex who streams in Spanish, are you?
No, I'm the English one.
All one word.
I put it all as one word.
Capital L, capital P.
I don't think that. I hope that doesn't make any difference.
I hope not either. 5 viewers. You're rolling in it.
Oh shit, 5?
Yeah.
I'm not watching me.
Well,
Hello,
not
you
all
stinky
of them.
mug.
Oh, I don't have
Last
the
time.
I don't have the Twitch chat pulled up. Shit.
Oh, I see my face.
Okay, let me take
When
a.
this video.
Sorry,
Your away message was great.
I apologize. The internet will be right back as I continue to click on things. If you're talking to me right now, I can't see it.
Come for
So
the
there's
Cuphead.
I'm monitoring the chat. There's nobody except
There's
Jeff
no
and
one?
me being snarky.
That's fine.
She's just being the chat mom. Come for the Cuphead. Stay for the mist.
Does it still say Saturday morning cup tunes?
Oh, sure. I'm sure
Yes.
of it.
we're not.
it does.
We're not playing that.
If you came for Cuphead, you
We're
should have
sorry.
been here on Saturday. And you can catch us on
Did you beat
YouTube.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we beat the Cupheads.
Some of us.
Okay.
We together beat Cuphead.
I beat the first and second stages of the devil.
Jeez.
Yeah, it seems to think it's updated, and I know that's not the case.
Oh no. We're down from our 5 viewers.
Oh no, they're probably mad because I took the
We're
Excel
down to
spreadsheet
3
away.
viewers.
Right?
That's fine.
Everybody comes for Excel spreadsheets. Damn charts.
That's my fault.
So yeah, without too much further ado, welcome to our episode 1. We didn't name the city.
I thought we did.
Weren't we like
San Francisco?
No. You're close.
We were like that.
We're
Los
Los San Fran.
Sorry.
You're fine,
Los
Mason.
Seattle.
Something? Yeah,
Los San
Seattle.
Fran Seattle.
Los
Los San Fran Seattle.
Something to that effect. I was gonna shorten it to like Voight. VOIT.
No, Louisiattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Los Louisiattle.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, there we were.
Strictly speaking, we also haven't named the series yet, but we can get to that later.
Buffy.
And I'll put it in one of these corners over somewhere.
Oh god, in that gray space.
Yeah, in the gray space. I really want to make this not look as crazy as it does.
That's fine. Crazy's good.
In the meantime, I'm Alex, Professor Lex. You probably knew that if you clicked on the stream. Everybody else, these are my friends. I guess if you guys on the couch want to start with Maddie.
Introduce your couch.
Yeah, I've got Maddie over here. She'll be playing the part of Cece. This is Jeff in the middle. That's
I'm in the middle of.
I should point this way because that's where they are.
I can see me on the thing.
Oh, okay. Now
he will be your Owen. We've got Susie on the right on the couch. She will be Corinne.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan is the next floating head to your right. He's the one with the beard. and the hands. And then down underneath them, we've got Joe and Allyson. They're all so far away, which is why we're Skyping. I guess we would probably still use Skype or something like that. I'm in a room with these guys over here. So,
illusion
Look at
broken.
arms.
Immersion broke.
don't be too surprised if I look at them because they are in fact there.
We are.
Maddie, put your arm
We'll
in
occasionally look
Alex's
at him as well.
I didn't. What's up?
Nothing.
I assume the audio is balanced correctly, and if it's not, let me know. And if you don't, then really you're as much to blame as me. And
There you go.
that said, we didn't air, so don't go looking for it. The prep session,
Episode 0.
episode 0, where we
But not
covered
channel 0.
Everyone's general myth idea. I guess we can leave that unsaid as of yet.
Okay.
Yeah, the viewership doesn't necessarily have to know unless we say it out loud.
Secret.
So that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Or you could say it. I don't care.
Cliffhangers.
I'm not too
No.
particular. Yeah, so this is City of Mist. It came out like last October, something like that.
Nice.
It's powered by the Apocalypse Engine. You all have on your
And
character sheets.
imagination.
Yeah. You all have on your character
Nailed
sheets the different moves, and if you don't, I've got a Google Doc, and I'll make that publicly accessible.
Choose
But
a
not
move.
publicly editable. That's
Nice.
a different thing in Google Drive.
That's true.
Separate from what is standard in City of Mist, I do have one request, if it is A-okay with you guys. When it is appropriate, and I would hope that you would know, do attempt to solve the puzzle.
Okay.
It's not actually a puzzle, but towards the end, at the climax,
Okay.
walk us through the crime as it happened to the people that it would make sense to do that sort of thing with.
Okay. Do the Conan Edogawa.
Very
Recap.
specifically is what we're looking for. Taking it from the top.
Dim the lights real quick and make a flash. We won't do that.
I don't have the
Don't get
effects
excited
budget
for that.
But yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll get started. I wrote my intro monologue to cover the crime.
I love a monologue.
So, I guess
In
for
the seedy city of Los
I didn't
Louisiattle.
practice a narrator voice. So that's just going to be me.
Yeah, like
Watch Dogs takes place in the
Seth-
city of Chicago.
What's his name?
What?
Family Guy Seth
Green.
Green.
Rogan?
No. Like Seth Green, just your normal
MacFarlane.
voice is like your McFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane.
Thank you.
Seth Green is from Buffy.
That's
He is.
and we liked him.
Seth Rogen sounds like Cookie Monster. He would have a terrible narrator voice.
It's true.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess the only things we're playing for an audience, whether it's the people watching us on Twitch or us, and I don't think that it's a coincidence that we are the people watching us on Twitch.
Nice.
That's
Hey!
let's
Know
dive
your
in.
viewers.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is Romeo 2099, that's Jeff.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Is Scarlet Indigo someone?
Yes.
That's Susie.
Okay.
Yep.
I was going to tell you that you had people in your Twitch chat.
I do. You're not wrong.
Twitch chat. Mine are great. I don't know, my Twitch seems like super lagged.
Well, yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
That's Twitch.
Wait.
I totally cleaned out my couch so that all of my plushies aren't here. But
I like the
enjoy
bear.
them while they're there.
They seem at a
I
reasonable
guess.
clip.
Yeah.
That's just
I
way.
assume
It's
I'm
just
right.
way delayed.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not. Is it choppy or is it delayed?
Mine's just delayed.
Oh, it's just super delayed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
normal.
That's Twitch. Okay.
Yeah.
There are currently only one plushie behind me instead of like 7.
Is that Snoopy wearing a rainbow bandana?
It's an otter, but
Nice.
Okay, it
That's
looks like
better.
an idiot.
You look like a. That's not true.
Look at that face, Jeff. That is clearly an otter
This is
face.
ours.
It's a good face.
He's got
Hey,
a
you guys have it
starfish
set
on
up
his
so now
tongue.
that you're in 2 different rooms. Good.
Yep.
Good thought.
You can see everyone's
Like this
shoulders.
good-
Showing Allyson
confused.
her Showing Allyson her trolling.
Back to you.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go ahead and I'm going to start with the intro monologue. I'm going to pass the buck over to Joe, who will pick up his Avery as it makes sense, and then we'll sort of feel it out from there. Feel free to talk at me, over me, to me, around me.
Under me.
That seems
Can't
weird.
Over me?
talk under
Yeah.
me.
Let's go around him.
So yeah,
Okay.
this episode
Brought to
naturally
you by.
has been
Beer.
titled "The Curious Incident of the Whale in the Maritime."
Yes.
Curious? What?
Curious incident
Incident.
of the whale in the Maritime.
Okay. There was a lot of crosstalk at that, so I couldn't quite hear it.
We got too excited. I'm sorry.
Do you have it now?
We got it.
All right. Okay, so we're on the Curious Incident of the Whale in the Maritime.
Good. Episode 1.
Roland Melville works as a security guard at Oceanside Amusement. 5 foot 8 inches, stocky, faster on his feet than you would expect for someone his age. Excellent at remembering names, not as exceptional at putting them to faces. If you paid close enough attention, you could smell the faint aroma of cigarette smoke on his clothes over the ambient smell of salt water from the park. Not that he would smoke on duty, they had some public decency standard against that, but he'd smoke in the car on the way to and from work. His only real crime in life was oversharing. As he's making his rounds, he walks past the main stage of the park. It didn't see the same level of activity on account of that Blackfish documentary coming out the year prior.
Oh, that's right. We have a date.
It's 2014. They still found ways to occupy the stage, but facing public pressure to rehab and release their orcas, they had to pare down on the whale shows. Roland hears a door creak. Turning in its direction, he can see a feminine form entering one of the personnel-only buildings. Hold on. Sorry.
It's 2 children in a trench coat.
It's not 2 children. Well, we can't rule that out.
I feel like 2 children in a trench coat would be less feminine and more lumpy.
Voluptuous.
He approaches the door to find it Roland hears a door creak. Turning in its direction, he hears a feminine form enter one of the personnel-only buildings, which of course he finds odd. It's almost 1 a.m. Everyone should be at home. He approaches the door to find it unlocked. It wouldn't have made any difference. I mean, he has keys to get into and out of most of the buildings in the central part of the park. He opens the door and flips the switch for the lights in the front entrance. It's brief, but he can more distinctly make out the form he's been chasing as it disappears into a previously padlocked supply room. Cece? Cece, is that you over there? Roland walks towards the double doors of the supply room. They were barely ajar, and he pulls them open. The room is dark. If she was in there, she was maneuvering around the various supplies and boxes blindly. Roland could not afford the same expedience as he made his way slowly, cautiously further into the room. What are you doing in here? Cece, did you tell the other guys back at the guard station you were going to be out here this late? A wheeled bucket with a mop in it at the entrance to the room falls over with a clatter. Cece? Roland turns towards the noise. Whatever knocked the mop over was making its move around the outside of the room. He could hear the echo of footsteps, but could not pinpoint the location of them. That is, until they were upon him. He felt something kick his knees from behind, and as he crashed to the hard floor, the pain in his knees almost distracted him from the feeling of the rope slipping around his neck. His assailant drove their foot into his back. He couldn't make up his mind whether to claw at the rope on his neck, to prop himself up, or to fight the foot in his back. He would die in that state of absolute confusion, his arms losing strength. His attacker would not let up, not for another 2 minutes after Roland's arms went slack, tightening the rope all the while. And then it's over to you, Joe.
Oh no!
On your morning swim.
Oh.
Yeah. In a completely different part of town.
Good music. Nice.
So, like, how does your day start even?
Okay, so...
Hopefully better than Roland's.
Yeah, April wakes up sharply at 4 o'clock a.m. Same as every day, but, that's normal for her because she likes to keep a good routine. She gets dressed as much as possible and drives down to the beach. And there's nobody there, there's never anybody there. And it's still dark and it's still cold, but she does it anyway because she's been doing this for a while now. She gets out, she starts pedaling out, careful to watch the tide that's coming, and eventually just starts pedaling up and down the shore. And, you would think that she would think any deep thoughts or something like that, but this is really the only time of the day, only time of the week really that she gets to just do a bunch of movement and have physical activity with no thoughts whatsoever. She's just going up and down the shore and thinking about nothing, and it's absolutely wonderful. She doesn't have to think about her past, she doesn't have to think about the 18 hours of work she's going to do afterwards. It's just her, salt water, and the occasional fish that flits by. After about an hour and a half of this, with occasional breaks because she's not a good swimmer yet, she gets out and starts to dry herself off and hops in the shower that's right there, thinking that she's going to do a good enough job to get by for the people that she's going to be around. Nobody really talks to her, so they tend to keep their distance, so they won't really notice the salty smell, though they always do. So she showers herself off very quickly, throws on her best excuse for business attire, and heads to the law firm.
Okay. The shower is, you said that's on the beach side, like they have those little showers, I don't know, like stations? Okay.
Yeah.
As you're coming out, you notice a strangely parked sedan. It's not quite the right shape to be a sedan, at least. And upon further inspection, you do find that it is an orca stranded on an otherwise unoccupied beach.
She really looks left and right for any people whatsoever.
There's no sign of any people. Parked up a little bit closer to, away from the ocean, up the shore, is a large freight truck that's, you would put together, is probably big enough to move a whale.
I don't think she puts two and two together just yet. So she starts walking up to the freight truck, basically just trying to confirm with somebody that she's seeing what she's seeing and understanding what's going on. And tries to approach the freight truck and see if there's anybody inside.
Okay, so you check inside, and it is plainly obvious that there's no one in there. If you checked in the back, the rear door, the
cellar door.
No, for like trunk, but on a truck.
Yeah,
the
cabin.
hitch.
Tailgate.
The tailgate. If you peered into the tailgate, you'd find
Sounds like
a large mat and a series of just hooks and stuff to prop up freight. Not like to hurt anything, just to secure cargo.
At this point, she probably has her cell phone with her. She's trying to decide, like, does she call animal control? Is this something that they would deal with? Really, she's just trying to understand because she knows that Orca's supposed to be around here. She's not any sort of, like, oceanologist, but Orca shouldn't be around here. I think she tries to call the cops immediately and of course, she says, hey, I don't really know who has to deal with this, but there's a big orca on the beach.
And they on the beach, or like near? Where is it? Where's your current location?
Not like whale watcher or anything. It's like on the beach. I think it's dead. I didn't really check.
Upon saying that you think it's dead, you hear a from the blowhole. It's still breathing. It does sound labored.
So, okay, I guess it's not dead. You guys trying to deal with this?
Okay, so
I would just like it to be noted on record with like some sort of recording that I came out of the shower and I saw this here. I saw nothing else around, and I tried to investigate the one thing that was by it, which was the truck. The truck's empty, but otherwise, not me. Just cover my bases.
Okay. The operator asks if you wouldn't mind staying with the whale.
make sure it doesn't go anywhere, Joe.
Well, not so much that, but they say they're going to send out a helicopter to try and secure its location. In the meantime, they're going to contact the Oceanside Amusement and see if there's anybody that they can send your way.
Okay, about how long will it take for you to get here? Because I have meetings throughout the day. I have a fairly busy schedule.
20, 30 minutes?
I'll do some work for my phone.
Okay. Okay, so at that point, they send out word to their helicopter pilot on shift, which would be Otto. But he looks like he's not here quite
I
yet.
believe he's getting food.
Oh, okay. That's fair. They would also at the same time send word to Oceanside Amusement. There's only a handful of people who really deal that much with whales. One of the people that they would contact and ask... So when you get a beach whale, as I found out while I was doing my Googling...
Nice.
What you would do in order to take it out, to move it back into sea, and you'd know this if you dealt with whales.
Sure.
You get a big mat underneath the whale.
Okay.
And then you attach a corset, they call it, to the back of the whale. The corset is pulled by, ideally, a towboat.
Okay.
Because whales are big.
Whales are big. About as big as a sedan.
You pull it back into the water until it's into the shallow water. And then you readjust the corset so that it can pull the whale from the front.
Okay.
Reorient the whale, and then take it out to sea. But in order to do that, you'd need the right kind of pulleys, the right sort of stuff that can resist that much weight, and specifically the whale corset. The only people that they could think of when they heard about the whale that would have such a corset would be the people at the Oceanside Amusement. So they send word to what's the last name?
Babcock.
Seda.
CC Seda? Mm-hmm. Okay, so they send word to CC Seda and ask if she wouldn't mind too terribly. They know that it's not time for you to be up yet. So they call your phone, I guess. Do you answer?
Say no. See what happens.
Yes, and.
If it's this early in the morning, if it's important, somebody's going to call me twice. So I flip my phone back over and go back to my bowl of yogurt and berries.
They would, in fact, call you again. It's a rather pressing, urgent whale crisis.
Okay, they called me twice, so I'm gonna answer.
Okay. What's the name of your boss at Oceanside or Oceanland Amusement?
We should Oceanside Amusement.
Oceanside Amusement?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Patrick.
What's the name? Patrick? Okay.
Star.
Hey, listen, CC, we got kind of a situation. It's me, Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
Hey, they've got a whale on the beach, a stranded whale. I don't know if you saw that YouTube video not too long ago in Australia where they blew up the whale. Well, we're kind of looking to not have one of those situations. So if you wouldn't mind heading in and then grabbing the corset and stuff and heading over to the beach side, well, I'll text you the site.
Okay, I will be there just as soon as I can. Is it still alive?
Yes.
You mentioned
Last
blowing
we
up,
heard.
and I was very concerned.
Yeah, you know they get rid of the whale if it's dead.
Okay, so
Yep.
it is still alive.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
currently alive.
All right, I'm on my way.
All right. And Nathan's still grabbing his food.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab a beer.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Do it.
Sorry.
Okay, me too.
Yeah,
Thanks, you.
my legs work.
Nice.
While
time.
we're looking
Discussing.
at stuff,
Yeah.
can we go over everybody's names one more time so I can let them down?
Uh,
You're Owen.
I am
You're
Owen.
Susan, you're
What's
Corinne.
my name? Corinne. Thank you.
Corinne.
Nathan is Orville.
Nathan is
It was
Orville.
Otto.
I thought it was Otto too.
Did he change his name?
Yeah, auto long.
Otto.
Oh.
Writing in pen, Jeff.
It's not my fault. Alex said Orville.
Alex said Orville.
And Joe and Allyson, you're hey, a sheet. Wow.
Yeah, Joe is Joe is
Aaron.
Avery.
Joe is Avery.
Allison is Patrick.
Oh, dang
But not
it.
your boss, Patrick.
Dag
We'll
nabbit.
have Patrick
I
and
was
Patrick.
trying.
Oh, Nathan's back.
No, this is Patrick.
It's a
No, this is
helicopter pilot,
Patrick.
Right?
Yes, Nathan's a helicopter pilot. Helicopter Patrick, thank you. He's a helicopter pilot.
Otto.
Otto, the once and future. Nope. Anytime Alex looks at the screen, Nathan runs away.
Oh, lights.
What are you? What do you
Owen.
do? For
Is that
a
too
living?
bright?
I'm
I
a
know you're
librarian.
No, you're fine. I think they were just surprised.
Ah! Get spooked easily.
Spooked.
Okay, Otto, you with us?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you get a call in. It's dispatch.
What time is it now?
Towards 5.
Okay.
5:30.
Avery was swimming for an hour and a half.
Starting when?
She's a boss.
She got up at 4.
Yeah, 5:30.
6 by now. I'm just saying.
You get a call from dispatch. They tell you that there's a whale. They're going to want you to park the helicopter not too close to it because then you disturb it and stress the whale out, and that would lead to it freaking out. And just go in and talk to the person on site.
There's a live whale?
There is a live whale, Otto, and we're going to need you to go and park your helicopter.
Yeah, let's fire it up.
All right. So you take your helicopter over and you park it some handful of meters, not like 6, but like 60 meters away from the whale. You go over. What would be normal in this type of situation would be to get the contact information from the person that's there on site, which would be Avery, last name that I forgot. You can find out when you're asking questions.
Seedle?
Seedle?
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, you would at least get the information from them.
Yeah.
So as you walk up to the whale, which is obviously a whale, and there's a truck not too far from it, you do see Avery on site.
We're not going to make helicopter noises?
No.
Does it look helicopter?
No.
Good morning, miss. Are you the one who found this whale?
Yeah. Yeah, I found it about, 30 minutes ago. Took you guys a while.
Sorry, I just got the call, came over. Have you contacted anyone else?
No, I've been doing work for my phone, so I haven't had time.
Alright. Is there anyone else on the beach?
No, not that you've seen. Normally,
I've not seen it in the past half hour or so. It's just been me.
Just from you. And what is your name?
Avery?
Thank you, Avery.
Huh. Is this a normal thing to have orcas collect up with you?
No, this is very abnormal.
Okay.
Very, very abnormal. It's just been you. No one's come for the truck.
No, not that I've seen. The truck seems empty. Like it had like some equipment in the back, but I have no idea what it's for. So.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Do you want me to stick around or anything? I sent him out of office for the next like 2 hours, so I'm pretty much scot free.
If you're like, yeah, I want to go and call back my dispatch and see if we can get some folks in who can help this orca.
Sure.
Cool. I'll use my phone. I'm not gonna walk back to the helicopter, but I'll walk slightly away. Call back to the station and be like, yeah, we have a live orca on the beach. Was found by a early morning jogger or something. No one else around.
Swimmer. I'm a swimmer.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind sitting tight, maybe like half an hour ago, we let the nice people over at Oceanside know. They said that they were going to send somebody. They had to contact someone and send them over. So they should be showing up in the next, 15, 20.
Okay.
So, in the meantime, if you can keep water on the whale's eyes, when the whale dries out, it has a tendency to the sand in the salt in the water dries out and it irritates their eyes. And if not, it's whatever. Well, I don't know that we're even. Yes.
I gotcha.
Awesome. All right, we'll get back to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So at that amount of time, I would imagine you probably had enough time, Cece, to get to the work.
Beach?
Right.
Oceanside.
Oceanside.
Was I going to Oceanside or the beach?
Oceanside first, so that you
Okay.
can pick up your corset to take to
Right,
the beach.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably let somebody know that you'd need some kind of a boat, but
Or just some help from some other people.
so at this point, you'd walk past the main stage, right? There's a whale main supply closet
Okay.
that you would go to under normal circumstances.
Okay.
And that's where you keep your corset. It's a rather big supply closet with double doors. It's normally padlocked. And you do notice that the padlock is not locked, which is
Okay.
odd, but
I checked to see if it's broken.
it's not broken, or at least not as far as you can tell. It looks like it's been unlocked.
Okay. Is there anyone else around at the marine park, or is it just me? Any janitors? Any?
Janitorial staff hasn't gone in, and if they would have gone, they probably wouldn't have messed around, assuming that door would have been padlocked. I mean, I guess it's possible someone could have broken in. But the rest of the staff would be outside preparing. The amusement park opens in like 2 hours, so there's still some time before they start up. No pedestrian foot traffic.
No pedestrian foot traffic, but some workers there, like preparing for something. If I saw that a door was broken, I'd probably take someone with me,
Okay.
just to have somebody else.
Who would you think to take with you?
Probably one of the concession stand workers, since they're there firing up the grills and stuff that early in the morning.
Okay. So, do you know them personally, or are you just grabbing someone?
No, I know them personally.
Okay.
So I go and grab Reggie,
Reggie.
one of my favorite fryers.
What does he normally? What does Reggie normally make?
Could be Lady Reggie.
He normally.
It can be a girl. Is it a girl?
It's a boy.
Okay.
He is one of the cooks back in the concession stand, and so he makes a lot of hot dogs, hamburgers, that kind of thing.
Your typical fanfare
Typical
for. Okay.
working over the fire or working over the grill.
Okay, so he's like, "Hey,
Does he have a
Cece,
uniform?
a little early to come get your hot dogs. What's going on?"
Yeah, man. I'm not here for a hot dog this early in the
I would
morning.
imagine not.
Are you kidding me? I just came in because I got a call about an orca on the beach, which I don't know. Does that sound strange to you?
Normally, I hear they're in the ocean, not the beach, but
Yeah, so I'm going to go over and check it out.
Okay.
But I did go to get my whale corset and a couple of other things. And I got a padlock that is unlocked, doors that are not usually left open. Our staff is usually very, very good about locking this place down. I mean, I can't think of anybody who would have left it open. So you mind walking me over there?
Yeah, sure.
Inside
So he
frogs.
takes off his smock, and then he accompanies you over to the padlock door. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely not how I would have left it if it was stuff meant to be secured.
No, this isn't going to be our stuff. So I'm just going to go in here and get some of the stuff that I need. I just wanted to have somebody else with me.
Right. No, I appreciate that. That's fine.
Of course.
So you would then, are you leading?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you
And he's
open
just
up the doors, and you would see maybe like 6 to 10 feet from the door, and it's a big supply closet. Right in front of the door is that tipped over mop, and about 6 to 10 feet in is Roland Melville. You might recognize him. He tends to work, the night shift. So overnight, way early in the morning. If you saw him, it probably wouldn't have been for very long at a time. But he's dead.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he's got a rope around his neck.
Oh my god, oh my
His
god.
hands are red, and he's just laying there all stiff like corpses would.
Okay. I run over,
Horrible.
check for any sign of life,
He
find
is
none,
quite dead.
find quite dead, and I call the police.
Okay. And your buddy Reggie is right there with you. Okay.
Screaming all the while.
In the meantime,
Oh my god.
the whole whale matter is a time sensitive event. You don't know how long it's been out there, but they crush under their own weight when they aren't there to be buoyant
Oh my
in the
god.
water. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so I am really
hard
concerned
being
about
a
the
whale.
whale, if not shaken by the dead
Sure,
body
but
I've
yeah,
just
this
seen.
is an opportunity for you. You don't have to do anything here.
Okay, then I call the police and I grab my whale corset stuff. We do check the surrounding area to make sure no one else is there with Reggie and junk like that, and to be just for time's sake. And I call the police, explain to them things, and leave Reggie in charge of that.
Okay.
Being the person to
So
go there
he's-
and talk to the police.
He's
since
on
he came
site
with
there.
me.
He can wait. He understands that you need to go save the whales, and he was on site with you whenever you open it up. So he feels like he's as much a material witness as he would be.
Crying,
So,
begging, leaving.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you're making a beeline for the ocean. Okay, when
Yeah,
you meet
especially
up,
knowing that this is a time-sensitive thing, and I gotta
Right.
get to the whale.
So someone's brought a boat out back oceanside.
But not at
Not
Oceanside.
Oceanside Amusement. You're at the whale. You would meet up with the officer on scene, which would be Otto, and then there's Avery there as well, who's on her phone? Question mark?
Probably.
Actually,
Huh?
how receptive is Avery to carrying buckets of water to this whale?
Probably not at all.
Don't judge Avery. You don't know her.
We're moving backwards in time, but Otto will approach retroactively and be like, hey, we gotta keep this whale continuing to hand.
I sort of like do the calculations of, okay, there's nobody else around, the whale too wide, and we have to carry water a long way. Yeah, I can hop off for a little bit, sure.
Thank you.
Two eyes factor.
One bucket for each eye.
Poor whale.
Yeah, poor whale. Okay. So you guys have been keeping it as wet as is possible. They have a tendency to overheat. They're under the stress of their own bodies. Not being in water is a rather stressful event for them. And on top of that, well, at least you're keeping their eyes clean, which would be a great source of irritation for the whale. At this point, Cece would walk onto scene. She's got a whale corset. It's a corset big enough to fit a whale, so, I mean, use your best judgment. Yeah.
Whale in nice shape.
So you want
Ironically,
to
whale
secure the whale from behind. The other guys can probably help you, and maybe you attach the corset to the boat
Okay.
and drag it out and then resecure.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to let it out to sea. I'm not taking it back to
That'd be rather difficult.
Oceanside.
Mhm.
This is not one of our whales.
It is in fact one of your whales. I didn't
Oh,
come
God.
up with a good.
What?
I didn't
Gonna
come up
tag-
with a good whale name.
Wally.
Okay, well, this animal has been under an insane amount of stress already. There's no way that I can possibly take it back to Oceanside.
Certainly.
So while this is marine life property, while this is Oceanside's property, my hands are tied here. I do have the authority to go ahead and okay something like this. So yeah, we're just gonna take it right out to the ocean there.
Nice.
Okay.
Dumper.
I'll say my goodbyes.
Do what?
Does it have a tracker?
I guess it'd be marked.
Does it-
It'd probably have a tracker on it, yeah.
Say, is the whale, like, okay to go out into the open ocean? Because usually whales that are in parks like that are there for a reason, and the reason is because they, like, wouldn't survive out in the
Rehabilitation.
ocean.
This particular whale they brought in with the intention of rehabilitating it and then taking it back out to sea later, much later. Right now, its best options are either to die here on the beach, die in a car on the way back, or I guess they could bring it out. They could try and bring it back in a car if they wanted to. It seems risky, at least to our whale expert. That said,
Has the
Yeah,
whale
it's
done
just
been rehabilitated?
It would be way too
truck,
much stress
do
to
you
try and
recognize
bring it
the truck, CC?
do you recognize the truck?
Is
I
the
was
truck
asking.
one from Oceanside, or one that you recall seeing around?
No, I've never seen this truck before. This is can I look at the back of the truck and see the chains and stuff in the back? Is it a whale corset?
They must have used a whale corset to get it this far.
To get it that far,
You
but
can't
the
find
okay.
a corset, and the hooks and stuff inside seem to be with the intention of securing the whale, not like hooked into the whale,
Okay,
but
okay.
like
You noticed my
ropes
grimace.
and pulleys. Yeah.
Grabbing hooks rather than
Yeah.
hooking hooks.
They were doing their best, and they had the mat underneath it. They were clearly trying to make sure that they could move the whale off of the truck or maybe into the truck.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is clearly not one of our trucks. This is not something that we would have. This is not equipment that we would have used to make this move. So no, I don't know anything about this truck. I'm sorry.
What's the whale's name?
That's okay, thank you.
Name the whale.
Kaya.
Kaya the whale.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Kaya the whale.
Kaya the whale.
Okay. So you've got. So you're working with the people on site to move the whale back out into the ocean, right?
This one's with belly rub.
Okay. Let me just double check that we don't have to
No
make any
buckets.
dice rolls in order to do this.
What?
And you're
Dice
probably fine. I would say this is a difficult process, but you're well equipped enough. You know what
Sneak
you're
around
doing.
the whale.
Yeah, you don't need to do this stealthily. You
Convince the whale it wants to be in the ocean.
I mean, you could try and soothe it, but it wants to be in the ocean.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I soothe it all I can.
Is it risky?
Yeah.
I would say if they were trying to move it back, then they'd have to take the risk.
Okay. But
Yeah.
just pulling it into the ocean is not very risky.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going toe to toe with nature?
They are, in a sense.
Should they change the game?
No. I'm not gonna make them do that, and they don't have to stop holding back either. But so they get the whale back into the water. That's a whole thing. Come morning, I guess
Morning?
you guys have moved the whale. Now that the whale is taken care of, we're getting towards the end of Otto's shift. Where are you guys gonna go? What are you guys gonna do?
We're just meeting, right?
Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah.
Unless you
I
guys
think
are
at this point Avery goes up out and says, "Hey, helicopter guy, I'm gonna leave and go to work. You have my phone number and email address if anything happens, right? Or like, if you need me for anything? I just found the whale, So again, like, not complicated. I didn't steal this whale. And I'm gonna go.
I don't want a whale. I've never
Yeah,
wanted a whale.
I'm not the whale police. But
Good.
we will contact you if something comes up.
Sounds good. And if I become a whale, I'll try to find the whale police. Thank you.
Well,
where are you gonna go
Well,
when all things are said and done? You're gonna try and go back and explain to your boss,
Um,
or
And there's that dead guy.
I've just seen a dead body. I've had to say goodbye to one of my good friends, Kaya. It's been a morning. What I'm probably gonna do is go and spend a little bit of time getting a cup of coffee, and I'll probably ask around to see if any of the people there want to go with me. Because I'm a pretty sociable person, and I need to kind of talk through things when stuff like this happens, so not that I'll be talking about murder at any kind of, morning coffee, but I am going to need a little bit of time to process before I go into work, and my boss will understand. Not long, just maybe like a coffee.
okay.
But not that.
Yeah, are either of you guys gonna, or Avery, Otto, are either you gonna take her up on her offer for coffee?
No. Avery just looks at you and says, like, yeah, well, things happen, right?
All right, Oceanside will be in contact if we have anything. Thank you for leaving your email address with me. I do appreciate it.
Of course, I don't want to be signed up for any newsletter stuff.
Of course not.
Oceanside newsletter.
yeah, Otto is okay. We can go and chit chat. I'm kind of perplexed. I've never seen a purposeful beached whale.
Okay.
Who would do this?
So you guys would be going to your coffee. We'll come back to that in a minute. What time does Corinne wake up in the morning?
Oh, I feel like I should know this.
I wrote mine down.
I wrote lots of things down.
You did.
I didn't write what time
You're
I
still
wake
at the
up
bar?
in the morning. Like 6 or a little before.
Okay. What time are you on the clock?
8.
Okay. So moving the whale probably took them about that much time. At
Sure.
7:55, are you at work?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your supervisor is looking for you.
Okay.
Do they have a name?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Do you know their name?
I'm sure I do. Oh, it's something simple. We're cops. Let's go with Jim.
Okay. Is Jim just your supervisor, or is he like the chief?
Jim's just my supervisor.
Okay.
He's the level between me and the chief.
Okay. So he comes over.
My captain. He's my captain.
He's your captain? Alright. Jim comes over and he says, "Hey, Corinne,
Hey, Jim.
we're having a bit of an issue. I don't know if you've seen the television, but Oceanside Amusement, they are out a whale and the security guard.
They're out a
They're
whale?
out.
And did the whale and the security guard run off together?
No,
Or-
the whale is
Elevate.
gone. The security guard is dead and gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whale... What?
Yeah, so we've got detectives working
Okay,
the
okay.
robbery sense. We don't know if we're supposed to
Right.
talk to animal control here. It's an odd jurisdictional issue.
Sure.
We do know that murder is murder, though, and this guy was strangled with a rope.
Oh, okay. Do we have any suspects or any witnesses?
We've got a couple of witnesses, but that's what we're gonna do. I know that you're angling for detective.
That's right.
Um,
I'm almost there.
yeah, all you have to do is pass the exam, and we have the absolute faith in you.
Thanks. Thanks,
if-
Jim.
If you wouldn't mind pursuing a couple of angles, we do need you to run by. They're having an issue with their security footage.
Oh, of course they are.
Of course they are. We tell them all the time that they need to get their cameras checked regularly, especially when they've got stuff as expensive as an orca.
That's my captain.
But yeah, we've got a copy of the video, and he hands you a DVD.
Thanks.
Yeah. If you wouldn't mind taking this to... Do you remember that hacker person that was in the news? Do you ever watch TV?
I mean, a little. I usually... Yeah, I watch the evening news.
It's like a golden guy.
Oh,
Something.
yeah. Boy with a 1.
With a 1.
Yeah.
That sounds...
Yeah, I got... Yeah, that
sounds
guy.
about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we consult with him sometimes. I would love it if you could talk to him about that security footage. And there's some issue with the padlock there, right? So the person was found dead in a room that was meant to be locked. We've got one person that we generally consult whenever it comes to locks.
Mm-hmm.
He lockpicks as a hobby. If you get a chance and he hands you a piece of paper with Owen Prince's name and his place of work on it. Because by what time are you at work?
Before 9.
Before 9. He should be there sometime today.
Okay.
There's a fair chance he might get there before he does, but...
Alright.
Yeah, so... Any way you want to do that, if you could help, I'm sure the detectives would really appreciate some legwork.
Okay, so this disc has all the footage they've got.
All the footage that they've got on it.
Okay. Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Alright. Who are you going to go talk to first?
It's early in the morning, and I don't think that Patrick will be awake yet, regardless of whether or not Patrick will be awake. I don't think he will be.
That's not Patrick.
Patrick?
Allyson.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Not that Patrick.
Patrick O'Connor.
I know, I didn't mean to do that.
O'Connell.
okay.
Patrick
It's fine.
O'Connell. Hacker
It's
Boy,
Patrick with a
Golden
P.
Boy.
Golden Boy.
Golden Boy with a 1.
Okay, so you're going to go after...
So I'm headed to the library to check with Owen about locks. And because I know the library doesn't open until 9, I stopped for a coffee on my way over there.
Oh, the shitty coffee place?
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
The shitty coffee place?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do the shitty coffee place?
No.
Okay.
Well,
So you get your
You don't
coffee,
have
which
to.
is not... I can.
Unless Owen's there.
I go there before I go to work.
It stands to reason you might run into him there.
Okay.
You'll either run into me there or on my way to work.
Okay.
Do you know him by face?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's fine. So you go... would you run into any complication getting your coffee, Jeff?
What up?
Yeah, Owen.
I don't think so. It's a
Alright.
normal day, right? For
Yeah.
me.
For you, at least.
Wake up at 7, go grab my big gulp size black coffee from the shitty coffee place.
I do a quick Google and find that there's a coffee place right by the library that I've never been to that's
Just says
local.
coffee.
And I'm like, oh, cool, there's a coffee place. And I'm very disappointed to find that all they have is coffee, but I don't let them know that I'm disappointed.
He wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Not
just
me,
like,
but the owner.
alright, coffee. Yep.
Okay. So you've got your big gulp. You're getting your big gulp.
Sure.
Are you put off at all that he's very short? Or short with you, not in height.
Not me.
How much did you say coffee was? $4?
$4.50 for a big gulp.
$4.50.
For a big gulp. Do they sell any other sizes of coffee?
They just sell coffee in the one variety.
Okay, so I can't get a smaller coffee for less money?
You can pour
I
out
have
some
this
of it.
conversation with the guy.
No,
It's about as
it's
helpful.
$4.50.
Alright then. Okay. Sure.
All right.
Thanks.
Probably a money laundering place.
With any luck. So after you've got your big gulp, you would then be walking towards the library where Owen would be working.
Yes.
When and where books.
When and where books?
GN.
All
Or
right.
NG.
NGUYEN and where books.
That's so bad.
All right.
The owner has a sense of humor.
You notice that he's unlocking the door to when and where.
Great. Sorry, I'm gonna write this. Out.
Right. Okay, good. Joe's thumb is moving.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought they were
He's in real
frozen.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, we'll get to you guys. I apologize for the slow start.
No, it's okay. I'm doing character research.
Oh, good.
Nice.
All right.
Is she right behind me, or do I have enough time to lock the door behind me?
I mean, I guess if you're moving quickly, you can
I'm
lock
not
the
moving
door
that quickly.
behind
I'm
you.
not that motivated.
I see him like unlocking the door. I'm like, excuse me. Hi.
Hello?
I'm looking for Mr. Owen Prince.
That's me.
Hi.
What's this about?
Hi. I'm Corinne. I'm almost detective. I'm with the police department, and I wanted to talk to you. I understand you're our go-to guy about the locks, about locks in general.
Yep, the locks. That's me.
All right. Well, we've got a case that I've been put on, and there's a padlock that was supposed to be locked but is not.
Is this the thing I can do after my shift?
Your discretion.
Would you have any time before then?
What time is it?
It would be just before 9.
If it's important, I can probably make a call and have somebody cover for me. But if it's
Okay.
not...
Well, I mean, a man's been murdered, so it's kind of important, but it's not,
Way
you
to
know.
bury the lead. Let me go make a call. I'll be right back. Do you have a car?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get a ride with you?
sure.
Okay.
I guess, yeah.
Thanks.
You would be taking him to the scene to
Okay,
investigate
yeah.
the lock. Yeah.
I'll go inside when and where. I guess Corinne can come inside as well before it's open.
Sorry, tact is not one of my things.
You'd be in uniform still, so
That's fair. I'll go to the phone, call Tina.
Tina Wynn,
Wynn,
your AA sponsor.
my AA sponsor, that's right. And then see if she can cover my shift.
I assume she would be amenable to that.
She's pretty amenable whenever these things pop up.
Am I, like, privy to any of this? Can I, like,
Are you
can I
being
overhear your
discreet?
phone call? Or anything?
I don't call her Tina, my AA sponsor. I just call her
No,
Tina.
but, like, I can be like, if it helps any, it probably won't take the whole shift. It's just a padlock.
Okay. I'll give Tina that information, let her know that I might be able to get back before the shift would be over. Thanks, Tina.
So then I guess you'd pile in her police car.
Right.
And head on over to Oceanside. So that'd put you at just about 9.
What do we listen to on the way over?
I don't know. What's on your station?
C-O-R-Y-N-N.
Okay. Do you have a is it like a... Do you have like the police scanner going, or do you like listen to tunes?
Tunes. What does Corinne listen to? Corinne's very eclectic. This morning, it's like easy listening country.
Gross. I'm sorry.
Man, I didn't grab creamer. I'm gonna be so angry.
A ton of black coffee. Oh yeah, because they don't have the creamer.
They
in
don't
the
have creamer.
store
They
yet.
just have black coffee.
I
didn't
like
grab it
open
from
the
nothing.
glove box and there's a whole bunch of like those miniature half and halves in the glove box.
Do you mind if I use some
And
of
I
these?
hand you my coffee too, and I'm like, can you get me 2 there, bud? Please.
If you think there's enough.
There's a whole bunch.
Okay. Nice,
Like the glove
stale,
box is
slightly
full.
warm, half and half.
Yeah.
Good. Just how I like it.
So when you get there, she escorts you to the... I don't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I'll be doing this for the ride, I guess.
Okay.
That's a big coffee.
When you get there, she would escort you to the padlock, which I guess is more important than the padlock door. The people on site would caution you not to poke anything, touch anything, but you're here for the lock, so do what you need to that.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll head on over to the lock.
Okay.
See what that's about. I think that's an investigate,
I
right?
would think that is an
Ooh.
investigation.
How do I investigate?
Okay, so the way that we
How
do...
does one investigate in City of Mist, Alex?
The way that we do things in City of Mist, I'm going to pull up
Perception
my
modifier.
page. So you roll 2d6. You
Thanks.
add whatever power tags would be relevant to your investigation of the lock.
Not steady hands. Eye for detail seems
Eye
right.
for detail would be a
Ooh.
+1 to your roll. If it is a 6 or less,
Okay.
then I get to make a move. which usually just involves making your life more difficult than it already is, which is, what you'd expect. On a 7 through 9...
Okay, I'll stop shaking it so you can hear him.
On 7 through 9, you get a number of clues equal to your power, and your power right now, if you're only having the 1 is 1.
Okay.
Right? And then I get to pick from a table of things to complicate your investigation.
Okay.
So, like, in this particular situation, I might say that your information is unreliable, or I might do something else.
If I get a 6 or lower.
If you get a 7 through 9.
Oh.
Yeah. I get to pick one of 3 things.
I
get
see.
to expose you to danger, give you a mix of good and bad info, or
Okay.
a force will ask you questions back. That's not really relevant, that last one.
Okay.
Because the lock's not going to talk to you.
I hope not.
On a 10 or higher,
Mm-hmm.
the thing happens.
Succeed!
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't make your life any harder than it has to be.
Okay.
So,
Roll the things.
roll the thing.
Rolling things!
And add 1, right?
And add 1 for my relevant modifier of eye for detail. I got 10.
Nice, that's a 10 plus.
That's 11.
Yes. So you do
Woo!
have, in
Woo,
fact.
but-
Oh, pardon me.
No, it's a 10.
So, well, oh yeah,
10
it's
with
10.
the
Yeah.
modifier.
Sorry.
Modified 10.
So you've got
It's 10.
one clue. The way that clues work in this game
Ooh.
is that you can either ask me a question, and then I have to give you a solid lead, or at least answer the question, or tell you that's a stupid question and spend your clue doing something else.
Okay.
Or you can try and reverse a clue, which doesn't really help here,
Okay.
since you're investigating the lock. All clues have a method and a source. And so you can't find out who the killer is from the lock unless they wrote their name inside of
Sure.
the lock, which they didn't. So it'd have to be something relevant to the means and the method, you looking at this lock and investigating this lock.
Okay.
So that's what your question to me, Alex,
Could
the
be.
NC.
Right. Could be. And you could tell me if it's dumb or not. Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
But I have to give you a solid lead since you rolled 10 or higher. I'm not going to make your life any harder than it has to be.
Just
Okay.
out of curiosity,
Mhm.
has the forensics team already beaten us over to the scene of the murder and possibly checked the lock for fingerprints and all that stuff, so we don't have to worry about touching the lock and doing things?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about touching the lock.
Okay. The swab for things. Okay. Was it forced or what? I guess I can tell that it was opened. Does it look like it was picked or keyed?
It
Can you tell
looks to you as though it was keyed. Whoever opened it up used a key in order to open it. To the best of your knowledge, whoever opened this lock had a key.
Okay. To the best of my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
They had a key. Okay. Is there any point in investigating further? Is there anything else I could tell from a lock?
I mean, you could try and find manufacturer or something, but that'd get more complicated as you went on.
Okay.
Right? If you want to, we can play this game all day.
It looks like it was keyed. Open.
Okay. How sure about that are you?
I'm reasonably sure.
Okay. Okay.
So whoever opened this had a key and used it to open the lock. As this lock is told me.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Prince. I appreciate your help.
No problem. Prince.
Yeah. Okay, so with that knowledge, I guess you're free to go back to your job at the bookstore.
Okay. Anything else you, I guess the guy was killed, right?
Yeah, the guy was killed. Do you want to look at that?
I mean,
You're there.
do they mind?
They shrug. Did they say if they...
Just let anybody in.
They're like, no, just you're there
That's
with
true, I've been.
her, so and they know of you, if not
Okay.
you personally. They tell you, as long as you don't touch anything, feel free to do what you do.
Sure.
Yeah.
I used to look into unsolved cases a lot, so I feel like I might be able to.
We wander over
Help
to
out.
poor Roland over there. Is he still just lying there?
Yeah, he's dead.
He didn't get out.
leave.
Well, but I mean, they
lazy.
didn't take his body to
Nope, not yet.
be autopsied or whatever.
Oh, is there a corner?
On site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because you asked that. Are you talking to them about the death,
Are you? Well, I mean, I'll let you lead. I'll probably snoop around while you do your job.
I mean, my next job is going to check with Patrick about the DVD, so...
Oh, okay.
This part.
I guess I'll hang out at the corner.
Okay. Are you looking at anything? You do still have access to your myth powers.
Okay.
Yeah. So hypothetically speaking, I'm just saying.
I could use that.
If you've got psychometry as an ability,
right? It might be worth doing.
You could just in a sense give it all you've got. Like hit this investigation with all you've got if you wanted to do such a thing.
Can I see Roland's ghost? I can see ghosts.
How does seeing ghosts work?
I can see them
if they're there.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I can only see them if they want me to see them. I don't know. How does seeing ghosts work, Jeff?
I'm not.
Maddie, Alex?
Anyone?
Nathan?
The nice part about City of Mist is that it's open to interpretation. So if you tell me how ghosts work, I can let you know if that happens.
Okay.
I mean, if a body, if somebody got murdered, I'd figure that their ghost would hang out there for a little bit.
Sure.
At least
I'm
to
gonna
see it
say
through.
that I can see ghosts if the ghost wants to be seen, then I can see them.
Okay. I would think as of this moment, there probably would not be a ghost, given that specific thing.
Okay.
That said, hypothetically speaking, if there were a ghost, or if you really wanted to press yourself and give it all you got to look for ghosts, you might find
Does
one.
giving it all you got burn out a thing?
Depends.
Okay.
Stop holding back necessarily will burn tags and cracks and stuff.
Okay. But give it all you got is not necessarily.
Yeah, hit it with all you've got does not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah, having regrets over here. I should have talked to the whale. Communicating with marine life over here.
Oh yeah.
God, Maddie.
I know.
Yeah, when you hit it with all you've got,
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna is like Patrick on scene, not Allyson Patrick, but
Captain
Maddie's
Patrick.
boss Patrick. Is,
Captain Patrick.
Is anybody around like that works for the Marine Institute that I could talk to?
Sure. I guess
Or,
Patrick could be there on
Is
site
anybody,
by
yeah,
now.
just
Her
hanging
Patrick?
around?
Yeah, her Patrick,
Not your Patrick.
not Allyson Patrick.
Okay.
Right.
While Owen over here hangs out with the coroner, I go over to Boss Patrick.
No.
Like our lock expert says that it looks like the lock was opened with a key. So do you know who has keys to that lock, or do you have a list? Do you monitor who has keys to that lock?
Well, there's no like mag key for it, so we wouldn't have a proper
it's
list
just a
or.
padlock, but
I can tell you off the top of my head. Anyone with my kind of, I got a master key, so I've got one. Anyone who works in this building would probably have one. So that'd be your whale biologists, the security staff. They would have keys for most of the facility. So it'd be specifically for people around here. I guess Roland probably had a key.
sure.
And maybe some of the janitorial staff, but we contract them, so I don't know specifically which of them would have keys.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, I want to find maybe the coroner, I guess, or one of my team who's over there, and ask them whether Roland still had his keys on him.
Do you want to look for it on the body? Do you want to investigate
Sure.
the body
Yeah, I'll
for its
investigate.
belongings?
Investigate the body, or if anyone else has already investigated the body, I guess I can investigate them.
Okay. Well,
I can investigate the body.
yeah. If you wanted to look at the body yourself, and then they'd be like, "Yeah, go for it. Just don't touch anything too hard."
I don't know that I have any modifiers that would help me find keys, but I wouldn't think that finding keys would be real hard.
No. That said, if it's less than a 6, you do fail.
I would fail at finding keys, but I turn in my badge. I'm not
Don't
going
do
to say
that.
that. That's too much.
We'll put that out in the world.
Okay, I'm going to try and see if Roland still has his keys on him. That's a 4.
A 4.
Well, shit.
You don't find his keys on him.
That's
If
not
I
to say.
rolled a 10, would I have?
That's a good question. With the moment you rolled the dice.
Did she ask the coroner first? I'm sorry, what, Allyson?
What's up?
I said, you'll never know.
Yeah. The moment you rolled the dice, his keys, the possibilities collapsed.
No.
We had a Schrodinger's keys scenario.
No, we gassed the keys.
I find whoever is in charge of the site, and I'm like, hey, if you'll find his keys, let me know.
And they nod. I'm like, we'll do. We'll get right on that.
Okay.
While you're chatting up the coroner, are you asking her anything?
I guess. So, what was the method of death?
There's a rope around his neck, but she confirms. Her name's Alice.
Thanks, Alice.
Yeah, strangulation. It was really kind of ugly.
What do you mean by that?
Well, and she takes a pin and pulls up his shirt from where it was tucked in. She says, there's some bruising on the back here, and then, I mean...
What's it look like?
Like a boot. Like a shoe.
Someone put their foot in his back in order to
Someone put
strangle
their foot in his back, yeah. And, I mean, she sort of just, like, makes one of those gestures at his face. He didn't look like he had a good time while he was dying.
Not his scene.
Yeah, no. His one of those looks of, oh shit, I'm being strangled.
That's fair. So we're either looking for someone who's really tall with really long legs, or they found a way to knock him down.
Yes.
Okay. I guess, let's see. Psychometry. So, my character has psychometry.
Uh-huh.
I'm not telling this to Alice. I'm
Yeah.
just hello. Let me touch things. Would that... Okay. In what instance could I... Well, I guess I'd have gloves. Can I still use psychometry with gloves?
Can you?
I can see sort of what happened to, or what the history of an object is by touching it, sort of thing.
Ah, cool. Neat.
Right? So I'm thinking I want to touch that rope.
You want to touch the rope?
Ooh.
Okay, so describe to me, what does it look like whenever you use your powers? Like, what does it feel like? What does it look like? What sort of information are you able to glean?
So I guess feels like it depends on what sort of memory or what sort of vision it is. I sort of feel what the victim is feeling.
Okay.
So that could be a bad deal. But like sort of tense up and get like a faraway look in my eyes, I guess, to those outside of those.
Having a flashback that
Okay.
we can't see.
Yeah, like Cupcake Dog.
Okay. So, when you're using your powers of psychometry here in this instance,
I guess I wait for like a good instance where Alice isn't like staring directly at me,
and she turns back to her notes or
Sure.
something.
and then I would like touch the rope.
So you would be getting the history of the rope.
Sure.
Okay. So the rope was located. Here's what we'll do.
Okay.
I'll have you roll to change the game, because in this instance you're giving yourself an investigative upper hand, right?
Okay.
The way that change the game works is that on a 6 or less, I get to make a move.
Okay.
On a 7 through 9, the number of juice that you get is equal to the power of your thing. So your psychometry, you'll tell me how much you get. That
Okay.
modifier is your number of juice. On a 10 plus, you get a minimum of 2 juice, and you have access to the asterisk part of the table.
Asterisk part of the.
Yeah. Scale up effect, prolong effect, height effect. So you could know these things in secret. You could know how long it's been where, or you could know more things about it.
Okay.
What I'm going to give you, this juice, is a number of clues relevant to the case. So you'll ask me a question, and I'll give you information.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're
I'm
changing
rolling
the
to
game.
change the game
Yes.
first, and
And
then we
then
move on from there.
It'll be an investigative.
Do I
based on the
roll,
number of
and
dice.
that's unmodified? Or is that modified?
It is modified, and the modifier is your juice that you get. So what power tags are you using to find psychometry here? You've got an eye for detail that may or may not be relevant to you.
Under power tag, I had psychometry.
That is a thing.
Okay.
So that's one.
Flashes of what was here before?
Okay. If
And
you're specifically trying to find out where it had been, yeah.
Okay. And secrets taken to the grave probably doesn't seem as applicable
You'd
to
have
the
to
rope.
touch him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So let's, I guess, 2
Yes.
possible juices.
So add 2 to it.
Okay.
Whatever your roll is.
Oh
I
my.
hope it comes.
Oh my.
Damn, dude.
That's a 14.
Yeah. So if you had a dynamite thing for it, then you would get more benefits, but you don't.
Dynamite thing.
Yeah.
What? No one knows what that means.
That'll come way later.
Okay.
Okay, so right now you've got 2 juice. You may ask me 2 questions about things that you're finding from the rope. I will storyline them back to you as clues.
Okay. I guess. Did someone bring the rope?
The rope was already here. It was located off the wall when it was picked up.
Okay, rope was here.
Almost as though it were a sudden thought to use the rope.
Okay. On the wall. Conveniently placed. I
Yes.
guess. Convenient to the person.
Inconvenient if you're rolling.
Right.
Hmm.
Too soon. Convenient to murder. Okay, I'm taking notes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Stream.
Also, you have the ability to bank clues.
Okay.
So if you want to come back to it later, that's an option.
Okay,
Not that I'm
and-
telling you to do that.
No, and what was the thing about what was the? You can either do it in secret. Is that for a juice to do that, or like to do it in secret to get more information about a thing to do?
Yeah, so like it might not be necessarily so applicable here,
Okay.
but you could like hide that you were using your psychometry.
Right.
So like if there was some all-seeing eye, it might not see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So probably not. And would that be at the expense of a clue, or is that at the expense of a juice?
That would be at the expense of one of your clues, which
Okay.
is from the juice.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I tell who used the rope?
You can get some flashes, and I can definitely give you a solid lead.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Whoever
Who was rope?
Whoever it was that used the rope was not familiar with the room.
Okay.
They had big hands, strong hands.
Okay.
They must have been large.
Okay. Okay.
Hands is. It wasn't me. I don't have one.
That's true. It would have been very hard for you to strangle someone with a rope.
That's true. You have to loop it. Person unfamiliar with the room, large, strong hands. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. Good job, psychometry.
So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you be using this opportunity to
Run to the restroom.
contact your hacker ally?
Do it.
Yeah, after I talked to all the relevant people and I saw that Owen was still kind of wandering around the crime scene and seemed to be enjoying himself.
Do you see him looking at the rope?
I do.
Does
I
that
see
strike
him
you as
looking at-
odd?
Not really, because he's kind of been looking at everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that he's like investigating and looking at things, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'll give him a minute.
Okay.
So I dial Patrick.
Okay. So you're getting the call on your phone. Are you taking it in front of everybody else, or did you step out?
Yeah, well, I'm sort of like off to the side. I'm not. I didn't like leave the room or anything, but I'm not like right next to anybody.
Okay. And I would say at this point it's probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Definitely do not answer. In fact, my phone is still on Do Not Disturb.
Okay, I leave a voicemail.
Okay. What's the voicemail say?
Oh wait, the mailbox says, if you're calling before 11 a.m., hang up and try again at 11:01 a.m. That's what it says.
Okay. My voicemail says, Hey, Golden Boy. It's Officer Brody.
Thank
If you get this message before I call you at 11:01, give me a call back. We need your help on a case. Thanks. Bye. Okay.
So I guess we'll take this opportunity then to flash to the coffee scene with Otto and Cece.
Aw.
Okay. This coffee thing is. Okay. All right.
Are they at the terrible coffee shop too?
I don't know. Are they?
Right?
Probably not. They're by the beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever was
Sit in the
closest to
terrible
the
coffee shop.
beach.
It's not a chain.
So, okay. Really, all I want to do sitting down for coffee is just kind of go over and process this with you, Otto. So, who was first there when you got to the beach?
Avery was the only person on that beach.
Okay, and she seemed pretty flippant about everything. Like, she didn't seem very involved in this at all. Like, I don't see... I want to talk to her more, but... I mean, what did she seem like to you?
Not flippant. Concerned with her own life. But yeah, not concerned with the whale.
Yeah. Okay. I've not seen her on any of my streams or anything like that. I'm really connected with a lot of the people who really want freedom for these whales and don't want them to be locked away in cages and stuff like that. So I feel like if she had anything to do with this, I mean, I would have seen her. I would have seen her popped up on something like this. So this is going to be a lot of me combing through a lot of the people that I know, asking questions, figuring out how this whale got out, because as strongly as I feel about this, that was an extreme amount of stress for that whale to go under. And when whales get freed like that, I mean, it needs to be taken care of seriously, not by a couple of guys with a truck. Seeing that just really upset me. Plus, I had something happen at work earlier today, so just thank you for sitting down and talking to me. Do we notice anything about any of the characters in the coffee shop?
At the coffee shop, no. But there's an old, like, mid-90s station wagon that sort of pulls up in front of the coffee shop. The guy in the passenger seat is looking out, and then he looks away. Right, they're in their car. It could be anyone.
Marine animals inside the
No marine animals inside the coffee shop.
Okay.
There
What
might
about
be an
inside the
aquarium.
station wagon?
Not that you can see.
Otto, you see those two guys out there?
Oh, she's looking.
Yeah.
They look weird to you? I'm mostly just seeing if you want to do anything here. If not, I'll just go on with.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretending to investigate.
Sure.
Right? I guess it's a bit early to be parking with nowhere to go.
It's true. Checks out.
True. All right. Well,
Boston.
What do we do
I
now?
know. I'm like, naive and pretty trusting. Yeah. No wonder I'm out to coffee with a helicopter man I just met. All right. Well, was there anything you noticed about the other people that showed up that seemed out of place? Anything kind of about the truck? I don't know. Honestly, I just needed to kind of take a second between places. So I don't know if those two guys aren't bothering you. I'm just going to go into work.
Yeah, I think I know where you're coming from. It's a very unnatural thing to have happened. Maybe some normal routine will help us readjust.
All right. Maybe I'll see you at Curran's later, okay?
Okay, yeah, take care.
All right.
If I hear anything else, I'll let the ocean side know.
Sure thing, thank you.
Okay, so if you guys head out of the coffee shop, the station wagon will pull away.
I'm
That's
too
a
naive.
cool license plate.
I'm too trusting.
Yeah, it's hard to see. It doesn't have a personalized license plate or anything that sticks out. But
Gotcha.
pretty nondescript.
No, I hate whale stickers.
No, I hate whale stickers.
I don't stop for whales.
So this would take us to
11:01.
about 11 o'clock. Have you made a call by then, Patrick?
Oh yeah, she's waiting for me to call her back.
Matt,
That's
if
an
you don't
actual
call me back by
response.
like 11:15, I'll call you.
I'm trying to think if I have anything to do today. Nah. I don't call her back right at 11:01, but maybe it's like 11:25 if she hasn't called me yet. I'm like, oh yeah, I have this voicemail. I never get voicemails. Who did not text me? Why do I have a voicemail?
Would you have called back before 11:25?
Yeah, I probably would have given her until like 11:15 maybe.
Okay, so right around 11:15, you would have placed your call.
I will. Yeah, I'll call it like 11:15.
Okay.
Your phone rings. It's the number from before.
Hey, cop lady, how's it going?
Hey, golden boy. It's okay for me, but
This
not
is
so
my
great.
real name. Please just call me by my real name. If you're not typing it, just use my real name.
Sorry, you called me cop lady. I thought it was a thing we were doing.
That is your nickname. You don't get to give me one.
Alright, Mr. O'Connell.
Yes, ma'am.
We're looking for some help on a case if you've got time. I've got a DVD with some footage from security cameras that I understand is pretty bad. So we're hoping to see if we can get as much as we can off of those cameras.
Yeah, I got a free minute. I just uploaded a really funny picture of the Kylo Ren lightsaber photoshopped into
Nice.
Kermit the Frog's hands. So I'm good now.
Nice. Alright, I guess I'll be over in a little bit.
Okay, so you're driving that way?
Yeah.
Okay. At
I
this...
took Owen back to his bookstore, I guess.
I think I was at the thing. Oh, were you still at?
Earlier,
she
I guess. Yeah.
placed the call
From herself.
yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, we'll flash over to what's Avery up to?
Lawyers.
I mean, for lack of a story cue, Avery went to work.
Yeah, no, that's good. What if you got a text on your phone? What would you do? Would you notice?
2014. Yeah, she would notice. She bought an Apple Watch when it first came out.
So when you get the text, do you get it on your phone or do you get it on your watch?
I got it on the watch first, and she's really proud of it.
Okay. Does it buzz? I don't have an Apple Watch.
It
Does
kind
that
of
have to
like
be a-
taps you on the wrist.
Okay, so you feel that telltale tap on your wrists, shit,
On your rips.
on your ribs, and if you look down, it's from a restricted number.
Mhm.
It says, if they ask, tell them you saw drugs.
Okay, yeah, she immediately grabs her phone to reply because she can't reply on an Apple Watch. And,
You really get to any case you have.
right, and say, like, and just say, are you a client?
There's a beat.
Let's do like the little ellipses.
Yeah, well, did they have the ellipses yet?
Which iPhone version?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
iOS 8.
There's a pause for a second. The ellipses of them typing up a message. Another pause. And then it sends, and it says, the whale. Tell them you saw drugs in the truck.
So she sort of like sits and thinks about her options at this point. How should I do it?
Put it in the chat.
It's tough.
Yeah, I just think.
That's weird.
So,
do you know Patrick?
I guess with this reply, like, why would I do that?
Okay. They reply with, there's another pause. Okay. This time they send a picture.
Oh.
It's a Google Maps photo of your apartment. You live in an apartment, right?
Yeah.
It's a Google Maps photo of your apartment. It's got the house number on it.
Oh, snap.
That's all that's in it.
I'll reply, that's cute, but I'm surrounded by security guards. I hope you protected this call, and then I'll call the cops.
Okay.
Or protected this text.
What are you telling them?
She works as a corporate lawyer. She's used to threats.
Okay. When you call the cops, what are you telling them?
So, hi, I'm the orphan lady from earlier.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I think...
Really, I don't know what it was. Anyway, I just got a text from an unknown number. I don't know how they got my number. I only gave it out to you guys and to Whale Lady, but she seemed nice. And they're telling me to say that it was... Yeah, so, like, I reported that there was a truck nearby, and they said that they're trying to tell me to report false information to police, and I'm not going to do that. So...
Okay. So...
Therefore, I'm calling you.
So you're updating your statement that you gave earlier to say that you've been contacted by... Do you have their phone number?
Yes, it's RESPRICTED.
Okay, well, you don't have to be a smartass, but... you could have just said no. So you got... Did they say anything? They told you to report false information. What kind of did they give you any prompts or?
Yeah, they said for me to report that there were drugs in the truck. I really don't want you to take that lead and run with it because I'm pretty sure it's like them trying to, put you off center, something like that. So, is this person a male?
Is the person on? Yeah,
Operator.
the dispatcher is a male this time.
Okay.
Hello, detective.
So, I really don't want you guys to go and screw this up and to go down the wrong path because, I know from statistics that, so many cases are lost because of food or the going cold. So, yes, they told me this, but they're just trying to threaten me and trying to lead you off track.
Okay, so you're getting threatening texts. Did they say they were going to hurt you? Did they?
They sent me a location of my apartment.
Okay, that's spooky. But they didn't say they were going to hurt you or specifically anything that we could act on?
I don't remember. They just said or else, right?
No, they just sent you the text with your apartment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they just sent me the location of my apartment. If they have my phone number, they could probably trace it through XYZ. And, if you guys think it's for the best, I can, there's some, the partners of this firm have a safe house that I could probably stay the night at for a couple days.
Okay, so, okay. If... Say again?
Or I could just stay in the office. I would get more done.
I mean, if you don't feel comfortable,
I'm just gonna live here.
you can try and hold up. If you feel more comfortable at your office, feel free to do that. And then it's from me to you, Joe. If you're trying to persuade them to do something, to take some manner of action, you could try and convince them, which is a move.
So yeah, I was thinking about that. I don't know what I would try to convince them to do other than to
take the information.
Yeah. Don't take the drug bait. basically the only thing I'm trying to get across as hard as I can.
Okay, so you're trying to convince them not to take what you said and understand that you're being put up to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to roll to convince the operator?
Sure. And I'm going to use Charm. I'm going to use Charm Men.
Nice.
Hey there.
Luck.
Ooh, okay. That's a 7.
That's a 7.
Hey.
Okay.
No, wait. That's a 6.
It's a 6?
Because you just add the 1,
Yeah.
right? The 1 power.
Yeah. So you rolled a 5 and then you add the 1?
Yep.
Okay, so they say, look, we'll try and keep it under advisement. You said you didn't see any drugs, right?
No, I did not see any drugs, and I definitely looked.
Are there other people who could confirm that there weren't any drugs?
It was 5 in the morning. I was the only one at the beach.
Right, I remember that from the notes.
Guy.
But the other people on site, if I talk to Otto Lowe, he would say that he didn't see any drugs.
Is he the helicopter guy?
That's the helicopter guy.
Oh, yeah, then, I don't know if he looked hard enough, but you can ask him.
Okay,
Oh,
we'll
Otto.
do that.
Those bad eyes.
They let you know, and I guess they hang up sort of abruptly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
She
as
got about
charmed.
out of the conversation.
Okay. So that would have given enough time for you to get to Patrick's.
For sure.
Mhm.
So I guess I knock on Patrick's apartment door or whatever. Or am I like inside already?
No, you just arriving.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knock on
I look
Patrick's
at
apartment
people,
door.
and then
Nah.
I unlock 3 locks.
Junk.
Then I open the door, and I ask her to put her hand on this device.
Does it matter which hand?
Right hand.
The pause makes it seem legit.
Like shaking my head. Like,
Okay, done. We're good. Thanks. Welcome to the apartment,
Oh god.
Madam
thanks.
Cop.
You gonna like steal my identity now that you have all my fingerprints, or?
I just need to make sure you're you. You never know in these days. It's 2014 for Pete's sake.
It is 2014.
Alright, that's fair, I guess. I pull the DVD out of my jacket pocket and I hand it to him. I'm like, this is what we've got. I haven't looked at it yet, but my captain says that it's not great footage.
Okay, well, yeah, let's take a look. And I blow off my unused DVD player. And plug it into my computer, because why would I have a DVD drive in my computer?
Right. It's 2014 for Pete's sake.
For Pete's sake. And then, what's on the video? Let me see.
Okay, so it is security footage from the angle of outside of the supply closet. It's not great footage, but you do see a woman walk in. The woman only has the one arm and unlocks the padlock, right?
Okay, with a key, we can see that, like, she's not forcing it at all.
Right.
Okay.
She goes in. There's a pause. And at that point, Roland walks in and starts looking around. And if you've only got so much screen capital, right? So you can see him go in, but you can't see it too well detailed. And it's dark beside. A couple of seconds later, there's a weird sort of black static that moves over the thing
It's the black ghost.
into the room. It moves as a singular form into the room, and then
Which direction? Like, from Roland's direction?
It has followed Roland into the room.
Okay, so she opens the door, goes in the room, then Roland enters the scene, and he goes in the room?
Yep.
Then the black static enters the room?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're looking for...
Nothing else.
Go ahead.
No, I'm asking what's next.
If you're looking for further information on it, feel free to investigate such information. But let me know what aspect of the video you're trying to investigate as you look at it.
Yeah, I think what I want to do is, like, slow down the part with the static and make sure it's not, like, either an artifact on the DVD or, like, make sure it's real sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay, do I roll to investigate then?
Yes.
Okay. And... yeah. The internet's savvy, but that doesn't really work. So, no, okay. I'm gonna go.
Are you investigating it with your laptop?
Oh, I can use... yeah, okay. My laptop is a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 8.
Okay.
Ooh.
So that's a 7 to 9. So
Nice.
you do have the one thing. What question are you asking that I would give you then a solid lead to go on?
I would like to know if the static seen on the video is an artifact of just it being a bad recording, or if it's something that was actually in the scene.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a mix of information since you got the 7 through 9. It's not an artifact. It's hard to tell. You don't think it's been digitally altered, which is kind of odd because at the same time nothing really shows up. It's static, maybe like electromagnetic interference or something like that. If you slow it down and play it sort of frame by frame, you can see, and in slowing it down and in using your imagination, you can kind of see a warbly person. Every other frame, it sort of alternates person and horse.
Okay.
Something with 4 legs and tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely a centaur. Okay.
Half horse, half person.
Yup. Okay.
All static.
So I point that out to Corin. Yeah. And I'm like, this kind of sounds weird, but I've seen weirder.
Yeah,
And,
that's...
let's see, what could we
I mean,
do?
that's
Oh,
still-
but what I could do is, if you let me have a copy of this, I could see if my contacts on the internet maybe have more information. Maybe they can parse the video a different way. Maybe they can, I don't know, maybe they've seen something like it before.
Yeah, that seems fine. I mean, this is definitely weird, but it's the weirdest stuff I've seen today, but it's not the weirdest stuff I've seen this month, so... Do you have a burner? Can you, like, make yourself a copy right now, or do you need me to go get one made?
How about we don't copy it physically? Let's just make a digital copy.
You're stealing it.
You wouldn't download a crime scene
Not
mouse.
a victimless crime mouse.
I'm just saying, I don't know why you keep thinking about physical media. We have the whole internet at our fingertips. I
It's
don't need a
2014.
DVD copy.
Look, man, my car has an 8-track in it, okay? You do your thing, and let me know when you're done.
Okay, here's the DVD back. I don't like to keep these around.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
No problem.
So, I mean, what do you think? Do you have any ideas about what's going on here, or?
I told you my idea. Did you see the centaur?
I mean, alright.
You do remember it. They said there was some weirdness about the video. Maybe it was a function of the lack of tech that they had on hand, but they didn't say anything about a centaur.
Right, they didn't say anything about it.
And I say, oh man, it's crazy that this guy's a centaur.
It's weird,
in this
there's
video.
centaur murders around here.
Yeah, but you definitely see the same horse
yeah.
shape that
I see that weird thing. Yeah.
Horse-shaped blob.
I see that weird thing you're seeing.
Patrick's calling it a centaur.
That's fair.
Let's be clear.
Officially, on the record.
Good. Does Patrick
On the
address himself in
record,
third
he thinks
person? Or?
It's a centaur.
Okay. Alright, well, thanks. I guess let me know what your internet people come up with.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to my hacker friend. Well, not friends. Friends is a very strong term for what we are. But the group on the web called the Unseen. I'm gonna send it to the chat boards and ask them.
Nice.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. Bye.
So you got your hand scanned and you gave him evidence to put on the internet.
Yeah.
A very thick
Everybody
paper
here
trail.
knows who you are.
Okay. After you left the coffee shop, you went to work.
I went to my car.
You went to your car.
I sat in it,
Mm.
and I take out my phone.
Okay.
The first thing I see on my Instagram feed is this picture. The one that says Free Kaya.
Free Kaya. Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can show that to the video if you want to. That's the first thing I see when I open my
You
phone.
have a camera too.
Yeah, but they can't see. Well, oh yeah.
Cool.
There it is.
It's upside down.
Nice.
Okay, so I wanna start talking with my media presence and connections, anyone that I know with the whale people movement,
The whale
and
people
just see
movement.
what I can dig up about like the people that I know. See if it was. I mean, I know they're not gonna go on the internet and be like, "Lol, just drag this whale to the ocean." But
It's 2014.
I want to
A
investigate.
picture of somebody planking on top of the whale.
Yeah. I want to investigate and see if I can talk to any of my connections about it.
Okay, so you're investigating. So your method is that you're talking to your internet sources.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd be your source of information. What question are you trying to find out, and also roll?
Scrolling Instagram, scrolling through Facebook for comments, starting to think about making a video about this. And the specific question I'm asking is, does anybody know what happened to this whale?
Four.
It's a 4.
It's a 4 total.
I don't
Yes.
know.
I
That's
do
your
have
relevant modifiers.
I do have media presence and connections. I have local high school groups. I have a YouTube channel. I don't know that.
Sounds like a 6 to me.
It's about what I got. Yeah.
Are you posting, asking questions?
I'm asking questions in comments on YouTube
Okay.
about. I'm asking questions in Instagram on the picture that I just saw
Is it your
about hashtag Free Kaya, because this is the first time I've seen the hashtag Free Kaya. That's my whale girl. So.
Is it from your social media account? Like, is it from your whale person account, or is it from your personal account?
It's from my whale. Yay whales.
Okay. Okay.
It's yay.whales.
In short, you are not able to find anything.
Oh god.
Sorry.
Bummer. That's okay. I did want to see if I could find anything from my people. So after
fair.
I am intrigued by the hashtag, and I see people talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
At least that are excited
sure.
about it on the thing,
Some people
and
are
then
excited that the whale is out.
and then I put my phone away and drive to work.
Okay. When you get to work, I guess you'd get a phone call from the police. You notice that it's the police station.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. They tell you, hey, This is Cece, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you get the chance, we're gonna need to bring you in for some questioning. It's nothing that serious.
Salt.
We've just got some bizarre situation that we gotta talk through. You can either talk to the people at Oceanside, or you can come into the police station. Whatever's more comfortable for you.
Okay, I'll meet you at Oceanside if you don't mind.
That's fine. Yeah, just talk to the officers on scene.
Is that me?
Are you going back?
I don't know. Am I?
You haven't talked to the coroner.
I haven't talked with the coroner, really.
It might be important.
I think I'm gonna go back to the... Where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do?
You're gonna stop looking for a whale emoji.
I'm thinking, Jet. Oh, there's a shark. Sorry, I'm trying to decide whether I want to go back to the station and, like, tell everybody about what's going on with what I've found out and what I've been doing today, or if I want to just go straight back to the scene and keep going.
Okay. So you're just deciding in your car?
Yeah, probably. Okay. Listening to my easy listening country today because it's Monday or whatever day it is.
Hell.
Auto.
Whatever.
Yeah,
on
the 8-track player.
Yeah, not on the radio. It's got AM FM radio. Thank you.
Oh,
very much.
what?
Do that. Otto, where did you go after the whole coffee incident?
You got hit by a
Yeah,
station
you know, I'm gonna take care of some errands. You know,
Okay.
pick up some groceries, do things like that, head home.
Fly home.
Since I'm on that swing shift, we're giving your sleep time for Otto. So I'm gonna have to make my way home to recoup a little bit.
Okay. Fine. Okay, so
Sorry, I don't know if something happens on my way home.
What?
That's the direction I need to head.
okay. What were you saying, Allyson?
I'm asking if we're all bachelors. Like, we don't. Does anybody have a significant other?
No.
I have cats.
This came out of a very shitty relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Patrick
Avery got
single.
cheated on.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember that
Just
backstory.
checking.
Okay.
Sing-
Then
No.
Socialize.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna go back to the scene if that helps any.
That-
How about
that
you
works.
left me there, and then you have to at least drive me back?
Oh, true.
okay.
Okay.
So I guess we'd be getting towards.
Yeah, you
I
still
thought I
Oceanside.
took you
11
back
or
to
noon.
the bookstore. Oh, okay.
I wanna go
I
back to
didn't
the
take him
bookstore.
back to the bookstore. I have to go-
Retroactively.
have to go back to the scene and pick up Otto and take him
Okay.
back to the bookstore.
Not
apparently.
Otto.
Owen, sorry. You both picked names with
names.
O's.
It's true.
Why would you do that?
Strong O names.
Wait,
Hmm?
is Otto spelled with an O or an A?
OTTO.
Not like the car.
Like A-U-T-O, but like in German, that's a name.
Auto.
Yeah.
It's my car.
I definitely spelled it that way. That's the only way I've been thinking about it this whole time.
Mit dem Auto, yeah.
No, like Otto from The Simpsons.
There you go.
Or Fun Bismarck.
Fun fish. Oh my gosh, can you fly around in a helicopter with a pith helmet?
Or.
So you've got word from your captain, whose name is also
Jim.
Patrick, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Everyone important. Or no, wait,
No, his name is Jim.
Oh, no, his
Jim
name's
is your
Jim.
supervisor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James my captain.
So
Got
Jim calls you up and says, "Hey, we've got CC
PD.
Seda.
Seda.
CC Seda is heading your way. He's looking through his notes. He forgot her name too.
Cool.
He says CC Seda is coming your way. We've heard. We had a copy of the
DVD.
made, and we did see a one-armed person go in.
They used a burner.
I don't want to. They did. They're very particular about that.
Police records.
Yeah.
You're supposed to give those out.
Whatever.
Along with your fingerprints.
We've seen there's a one-armed person.
Personal use?
Yeah. We've seen a one-armed person go in. I mean, it's probably the same. I don't want to be that guy who assumes every one-armed person is the same. But
it was Bob.
Chief, that's
pretty
ableist.
noteworthy.
I would say so. But,
Cap, that's ableist.
but yeah, if you could talk to her and try and assess an alibi when she gets in, that would be stellar.
Alright, do you have any idea how we can even assume that a one-armed person might have strangled somebody, though? Just for the sake of argument, let's say?
No.
Alright.
I don't know how. If you can find out how she strangled him, that works too.
No, it's cool. I'll talk to her.
If you could talk to her. And then he hangs up. Not too long after.
Pulleys.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Then yeah, Cece would show up for questioning.
Cece, what? Sorry?
Cece would show up for questioning. You would be questioning.
Shit, Oceanside or Station?
At Oceanside?
Oceanside.
Nice.
She went to work.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're still there.
That's what I
Talking
figured.
with
I
Alice.
didn't know if you were leaving me again.
Go ask Alice.
I can't leave
I think
you.
she'll know.
Okay.
Aw.
I guess I'm gonna go ask Alice. And...
Well, not Alice, but you'd be talking to Cece.
I'm talking with Alice.
Yes. We've got that sorted.
Okay, I get there, and I look around for Cece, and I locate her, and just kind of, like, slowly approach her. Which arm do you have?
I have my left arm.
Okay. I slowly approach her, and I reach out my left hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hi, I'm Officer Brody. It's nice to meet you.
The left-armed handshake. Nice. Handshake tech online.
Nailed it.
Hi, Officer Brody. How can I help you sort out this confusing morning?
Well, I know this has been real rough for you. You know, I expect on top of being called into work early to help a kidnapped whale, you probably weren't expecting to deal with more than one emergency today if you were expecting to deal with any. But if you could just walk me through everything from, like, when you left work yesterday to about now. That, you know, you don't have to go into deep detail, but...
Okay, I was working late at the marine park. We have a couple of new orcas, so I'm just kind of been getting them through processing, making sure their food arrives on time. I'm the dietitian here, so I'm, you know, very specifically that kind of stuff, but just making sure they have enough food, checking in our shipments, really making sure our new whales are taken care of, so that's why I was there late. If you need to check my computer for anything, we have to log in for everything that we do, so it'll show you what times I logged in. And everything like that. So I walked into that padlocked closet, walked through, logged in on my computer, checked that all the shipments were there, and locked up and left. Now, I didn't go out that door. Roland was still there at the time. I didn't say goodnight to him before I left or anything like that. But I did clock out, and so that should be everything that you need on your end. Then the following morning, I woke up, got the phone call about the whale, and dealt with my morning from there. So when I got to the beach, a couple of people were there. They helped me do everything that we needed to get the whale back into the water. I went and got a coffee with the helicopter guy, just to kind of clear my mind a little bit. That was around a time, and and here we are, officer. Anything else you want to know?
Yeah, around what time was it when you clocked out last night, this morning, when you left work, I guess?
You said it was around 10 o'clock, right? That
You got your coffee?
No. That We don't know that.
1 a.m.
Sorry.
Roland.
I was thinking you had told
Roland
us
was
already, but
murdered
that's
at
not story.
approximately 1 a.m.
Oh, 1 a.m. Dear Lord. I was at work late. Okay.
Depending
All right.
on the shift.
True. So I would have clocked out around 1:15.
Okay. And do you remember anything strange that happened? You know, where obviously you weren't here by yourself, but was anything out of the ordinary last night at all?
Roland usually comes and says goodbye to me or offers to walk me out to my car. Now, I was pretty stressed, so I wasn't really worried about going and checking for someone. I mean, we have security cameras and everything, so I just walked to my car, but it was strange that Roland didn't say goodnight or walk me out. And now, looking back, I'm very regretful that I didn't say goodnight to him that night.
I can understand that.
Okay. Do you feel satisfied with the information that you have gleaned?
I think so, yeah. She's obviously distraught, and I want, let's see. Escaping Tic Tacs. I want to just I'm gonna use my mythos to just kind of exude benevolence at her.
Okay. What does exuding benevolence look like? How does it feel? What happens? What does the camera pick up on?
I sort of just
Aquaman
shimmer
effects?
just a little tiny bit, you know, the heat on pavement shimmer.
Oh, okay.
A little bit.
Do you see
know?
the shimmering?
And it's sort of like I've been airbrushed.
I just feel happy and warm.
Okay.
I feel like
Right? I smile.
I feel I trust this person.
Okay. That's fitting with your character.
Yeah.
All right. Otto, when you're running your errands, you said you're grocery shopping?
Yeah, pick up a few things.
What store are you grocery shopping at? Is it like a Target? Is it a what's up?
Allyson.
Yeah, like a Target. We're looking for pasta sauce.
You were doing funny things.
Pasta sauce. Were you
Pasta
at
sauce?
I
What?
need to say one thing.
Yeah.
The oldest recorded birth in the Social Security Administration for the name Otto is from 1894.
And how's it spelled?
A-U-T-O.
Oh, no kidding. The OG.
It's an actual legitimate name.
1894.
Yeah.
Counting up how many years it's been since.
No. That's
How
fine.
old?
How old is that?
That's
Otto.
That
There
Otto
have
is
been
very
more
good.
Ottos after that.
Wait, hold on.
People did.
I've got an Otto from before then. Otto von Bismarck he was born in 1815.
Oh.
Yes. Deutschland?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Schönhausen. Oh, okay. See,
I don't think Allison's up to date on her history.
It has happened. Okay. It is on the record. Auto.
Auto. Last name Bond.
What manner of store are you grocery shopping at? Like a Schnucks?
Yeah, like a Target.
Like
this
a Target.
This is like a things that we're running low on.
They
Okay.
don't
Like,
have Schnucks
stock the
in
pantry, get
Los
some
Louisiattle.
toothpaste.
When you're going back, when you're leaving the store, are you going by car? Did you drive there? Did you walk there?
Did you take a helicopter?
Yeah, by car.
Okay.
Is anyone with you? Can anyone confirm this?
As you're walking back with what did you pick up while you were at Target? What are you carrying?
Pasta sauce.
Just pasta.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
Pasta sauce, some pasta. Long-lasting vegetables like potatoes.
Loaf of
Okay.
French bread.
Some milk so we won't die.
Stuff to survive.
Shampoo.
Okay. As you're walking out, you see, and they see you, the station wagon from before is
Oh,
parked
snap.
next to your car. They're standing in front of your car.
They know where you shop.
They know that you're there. They do see you.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Boy, still no I hate whales sticker.
Still no I hate whales sticker.
They're wearing
in
I
front
Hate
of
Whales
his car?
t-shirts.
No, they're wearing just nondescript sort of plaids and t-shirts. And
Modeled gingham.
Okay.
jeans. They look
I'm gonna
casual.
just walk up to my car. I'm gonna try to brush them off again and resist. Just like, excuse me, go into my trunk.
Yeah.
I try to walk with them.
So they're standing like in front of your car. They are between you and your car. They seem pretty
Right,
firm
right.
on not. Oh, you're shoving them?
Yeah, we are willing. Otto is willing to collide.
Okay. They are
Would you say
surprised by
you're
your
crashing into it?
This episode named you
brazenness. They step out of the way of your car and they say, "Hey, you were over there talking to that lady about the whale earlier this morning. What all did you tell her? What all did you say?"
What a good man's name. Otto is willing to call
What
out.
did I say about a whale?
Say again. I'm sorry.
I'm just repeating their question back to them. What all did I say about a whale?
Yes. What did you say about the whale? What did you tell the police? What was in your report? What did you say?
Can I even speak to the police?
You're the police.
Yeah, I mean you're not the police, but
Otto's been up for a long
or
time.
are you playing dumb for them?
No.
Okay. No, you're the search and rescue, so you work with the police, but you're not police.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close my trunk. We found the whale. We put the whale back in the ocean. Everyone went home.
Including the whale.
Why are you all so interested in marine life?
Okay, we're pretty obviously we're not
They
interested
revealed
in,
their "We love whale" tattoos.
we're not so interested in the marine life. We're more interested in what you all are choosing to do in the situation surrounding. Did you see anything in the truck?
Equipment.
Hooks.
Any kind of any?
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you all cops?
No.
Was that long pause theirs too?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's in character. He's in
Yeah.
good character.
No.
Great. I'll be on my way then. Go to get in my car.
Get him, Otto.
Love you, Otto.
Okay, so they're gonna stand behind your car
Throw the pasta sauce at
to
him.
keep you from backing out. They wave as though to say, "Hey, we're not done here yet."
I can't kill weird people in cold blood.
If you back up really, really slowly, they'll move.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that might be the best bet. I'm not gonna get out of my car. I'll roll down my window, do the wave, and I'm gonna move back.
Okay, so they move out of the way of your car. They're mostly too surprised. They did not see this coming at all. One of them points to the other, and they run over to the station wagon. They're clear out of your way. Are you still moving slowly?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna move pretty slowly. I think the plan here is we're gonna,
T-bone us
back out slowly, go behind them, try to get a mark on their license plate, and then I'm gonna try to speed out.
Okay, so as you are looking to see if they've got anything on their license plate, one of them grabs something shiny and metallic and small. The other one grabs something shiny and metallic and a crowbar. It's just a crowbar. So he brandishes it as though he is going to take a swing on your back tire. Is all he's got left in his sights. Are you gunning it? Are you? roll
One,
that.
one, one.
If you wanna investigate their license plate real quick, go for it.
Oh God.
You're going to make a roll?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to investigate. Can I use my keen eye from my helicopter training?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that's helpful.
For sure.
Cool. So, do I add, sorry, how do modifiers work?
Okay, so you roll
You add
and
one.
then you add whatever relevant each relevant modifier adds one.
Okay,
Hmm?
got it. Ooh, that is a 6.
A
Plus?
6. Did you add?
Yeah. That is with the addition.
Awesome. That means I get to take a move. He swings. You do manage to see. You do catch the license plate for what it's worth.
Nice.
But at the same time, that guy with the crowbar does swing at your back tire, and he does hit it. It pops.
Man, I was going to use that tire today.
Did that hurt?
Yeah, let's throw the car in reverse.
Oh shit! Okay, Nathan, would you
Otto's
describe?
my hero.
He did hit him with a
So
crowbar.
I believe I'm going to either go toe-to-toe or change the game here.
Okay,
Ooh.
tell me what you were
Make it
attempting
Otto's
to do.
game.
I don't want to, like, run him over, but this is, like, ram him, make him fall down, and then we're going to move.
Okay,
Give him a nudge.
So you've got a couple options here. If you're trying to use your car as a ram and to like hit him as an effort to gain the high ground, as it were, then you
High
would
ground on top of him.
You would be changing the game, and in so doing, you would be giving him a status.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Alternatively, if this is a combat situation and you're fixing to go toe to toe with him, that's what you're doing.
I think we're trying to change the game.
Okay.
Go bumper to knee.
Feel free to roll, Nathan.
Woo! Team Otto!
Oh!
No, that is a 6.
No!
No!
I was not long for this world.
Change
Shit.
the game. Okay, hold on.
Does that mean the game changes him?
Hold on. Because you're a pilot?
Alex, does helicopter pilot
Translate to cars.
You are attempting to pilot your car as a weapon. I would give you an extra point.
Oh boy,
Nice.
then I'm going to hit that threshold of 7.
Woo! Nice.
Yeah!
Okay, so since
Patrick
you're
hacked
at
it.
7, you can give that guy a status. The way that statuses work in this game,
Crowbarless.
if you look at the key, it goes a range from 1 to 6. The status that you're giving is equal to the power that you rolled. How many did you add? How many power tags did you add?
1.
1? Okay, so
One
you're about to
power.
give this guy a mild
Contusion.
tapped. We're gonna say struck. So you bumped him.
Say what?
You're giving the guy a status. The status that he is going to receive now is bumped. It's a bumped 1 status.
He's been hit by a car. Yeah.
That seems appropriate.
That's whatever Nathan's car logo is backwards on him.
He's angry.
Nathan, what kind
Do
of
I
car does Otto
get to
drive?
continue acting,
Auto.
or do the other people get to take actions? Or
Automobile.
So we can behave in a round at this point. Since you got him,
Okay.
though, the other guy, I guess, is going to brandish his...
Noisy cricket.
it's a gun.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not a good gun, but it's a gun.
Small
It's a
silver.
Oh god.
Someone's house.
He's going to take a shot.
Oh god.
Nathan, what he's attempting to do is give you a status, right?
Is the status shot?
Yeah.
The status will be shot. We'll find out how he's shot. Nathan, when you're about to take damage, you make a face danger roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't get a 6.
Yeah.
Come on, Nathan.
We're on.
Have you got any bonuses you can apply to this?
Here, so. Oh, I did it. I got a different number.
Nice.
Is it higher?
5.
No!
How many bonuses do you have?
Nathan, are you rolling 2 dice?
I am in fact rolling 2 dice. These dice hate me.
It's 2d6s, right?
Roll a d20.
Okay, so you
Petition to
got
let Nathan roll 2d8s instead.
probably not.
10 out of 5.
Aww.
Okay,
I miss Otto.
so you did get shot, but it only got you in the shoulder, your left shoulder.
That's not good.
So I'm gonna give you another. I'm gonna in the active tag status. If you're following in the Excel spreadsheet at home, you've got a shot, winged, we'll say. 2 status.
It's funny because he's the pilot. This could be worse. I got shot in the grocery store parking lot.
That was my hero.
Right?
Is the pasta sauce okay?
The pasta sauce is still safe in the truck.
Yeah, all his groceries were away.
Good.
So Nathan,
Yeah.
you got Otto got winged. What's your play? Your back tire is out. You're not doing great.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
Any of the Target patrons call the cops?
I was gonna say, did anybody hear the gunshot?
Yeah, people would have heard the gunshot. People are coming outside to come look. Someone's
See the
on their
car
phone
getting-
calling the cops.
Good.
I guess that's nice of them. I wouldn't move towards a gunshot myself.
You don't trust your dice rolls.
I don't. I feel like I'm gonna have to do something really dangerous. I'm either gonna have to try to drive away,
You're gonna try and take the risk?
right?
Driving on a bad tire?
Can he hit
Well
the other
shot.
one?
Well shot.
I
Can he
mean,
door check the other?
Honestly, I think I'll be okay replacing the entire hub if I'm not dead.
What side is gun guy on?
So in my head, Nathan pulled out.
Uh-huh.
The guy swung and hit him. He backed into this guy. So the other one would be, I guess, towards. It's still
This
behind
driver's
Nathan's
side
car,
quarter
but
panel?
driver's side. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one who took the shot.
Okay.
Driver's side?
Driver's
Drift
side.
him.
Back into their
Tokyo
car so they
drifting.
can't leave.
Hmm?
Back into their car so they can't leave.
Back into his gun.
You already did that.
Right? I mean, I don't need to apprehend them now. That is not my job.
That's
I
true.
have seen their license plate, so I can report this later when I'm not being shot at.
That's fair.
You're just gonna
So
let
honestly,
the people
the
who
plan
shot you run
was
away.
ironed out.
That doesn't
Fair.
sound like the Otto I know.
Coerce
Alright.
Gonna kill him.
Take the risk.
Okay.
Armchair quarterback Otto to death.
Put the car in drive. We're gonna go and we're gonna try to check this guy with the door as I'm gonna
Threatening
kill
mobsters.
So hold on. You said
Move
you're
to
putting it in
collide.
drive. You're gonna try and check him with your door and do what?
as I drive out of the parking lot.
Okay.
We're leaving, but I would like to try to door check this
Okay.
guy.
So you're gonna swing the car around. You're gonna try and door check him, and you're gonna zoom on out of there on that bad wheel.
Wait, I'm swinging the... No, I'm just
He's
very
behind
low,
you.
right?
He's behind you.
He's behind me?
Yeah.
Driver's side behind.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not directly behind. That's the guy you hit with your car.
Alright.
He deserved it.
He did.
He did. He hit your car with a tire.
Did.
With a crowbar.
I feel justified in my actions.
Tired.
However, I feel it's significantly harder to spin my car around and hit another guy without murdering the first guy.
I don't know.
He tried to murder you. You could murder him back.
One hell of a pilot.
He was one hell of a pilot, Nathan. That Otto. So I mean, it's your call. Either way is fine. It's not gonna make it any harder for you.
Yeah, let's forward spin the car and we'll try to check this guy.
Tokyo drift him.
Get him.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my power tags.
Yeah.
Do it.
Let's use self-reliance and
Okay.
lead from the front.
Okay.
Good.
That's what we're doing.
Good.
There's not a disadvantage to activating all these power tags, is there?
No. Hypothetically speaking, if you stopped holding back, you would burn a tag. Or if we felt like it was a thing, then we would burn it. But as of yet, you have not incurred a burn penalty.
Nice.
Okay.
Tokyo drift him.
Yes.
Can we roll 4,
That
Nathan?
is a 9.
Woo!
Yes!
Okay.
That's
So
That's good.
this was taking the risk, Nathan?
Huh?
You said you were taking the risk?
Yeah.
Driving away? Okay, so on a 9 with taking the risk.
there's Tokyo drifting him.
Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. Okay, so on a 7 through 9, when you take the risk, I can give you a hard bargain / an ugly choice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
complications.
Let's see what would be dramatic and fitting.
The guy's still got his gun.
You're gonna hurt your car if you're driving it like this, probably a lot, and it's gonna be kind of unwieldy to drive it as quickly and as precisely as you're aiming for.
Can you hotwire?
You can door check this guy, but you don't know how long your car will hold on after this.
You didn't name it, did you?
No, I didn't. I think I'm okay with that because
Alright.
I think I'm not going to be driving for a bit.
Okay.
Maybe bed rest.
So you swing back
Yeah.
around, you thwap this guy, but good. That was 2 power, right, Nathan? Oops.
Yeah.
Shit, I ruined my spreadsheet.
Oh no.
What is this? Go toe to toe, hit with all you got. What would the first thing I did be? Change the game? Yeah, it's me. Alright, my bad. So you're going to hit the other assailant and you're going to give him a
Door check.
checked
Yeah.
status.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm good with that door.
What up?
And out. I'll be able to identify the guy by the imprint in your door.
Okay. So you hit him real hard. Your door bounces off of him. You know you got him, and you're peeling out. Depending on how quickly you're driving, your car probably lasts. I'm gonna say about a mile. You're not hitting anybody or hurting anyone. I bet you didn't mean to. That
That's
is.
it. No.
Before
Yeah, we're gonna, saying the lines.
before you start seeing some smoke and you feel that back axle ka-chunk, you're probably going to have to, I don't know, call an Uber
An Uber
In
list?
2014.
in 2014.
So I know I've been shot in the arm. I can levitate as my mythos power.
Mhm.
So
Levitate through the windshield.
I'm going to use that instead of phoning another car.
Okay, so you're just going to fly home?
Gonna levitate instead of walking.
It's gonna fly in circles with his
Right,
busted
I mean,
wing.
it's like, you know, the triangle dash, right?
Try dash, yeah.
That's right.
It is like noon, right?
Yeah, give or take. But you've been flying before in the city and no one's ever said anything about it?
This is a pretty weird city, I feel like.
People kidnapping whales.
I'm not going to
People
fly
Los
right to
Louisiattle
my
weird.
home, but I'll fly to that vicinity.
Okay.
And then, you know, take like a sort of winding route back.
Okay. Are
I'm
you
okay
trying?
leaving my groceries.
Are you trying to sneak
Oh, no.
around
Not
back,
the pasta sauce.
Nathan?
Not the pasta sauce.
I suppose. I mean, I'm trying to not be obvious about, hey, there's a flying guy that lives in, like, apartment 3J or whatever.
Right. Why don't you roll for a sneak around? So there's one more opportunity to make this harder.
Cool.
Good.
Can I use my never get caught off guard power tag?
Oh yeah,
That seems good.
you're not flat-footed.
That is a 9.
A 9, so I get to
Nice.
choose one from the table.
Oh god.
You left your groceries. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You have to leave something behind, or else you're discovered. The answer is your groceries.
Not the grocery.
No.
God.
Pasta sauce.
Otto's gonna die now.
He is
Hopefully
malnourished.
not, yeah.
Potatoes.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Let's go to.
Don't go to me.
No, you're fine. Let's go back over to Avery.
Nice.
Do you go anywhere for your lunch break, or are you eating in?
Meanwhile, in Avery's office.
No, like there's a cafe in the bottom part of her building that she always goes to.
Hmm.
What's
yeah,
it
it's
called?
like sandwiches and coffee and stuff like that. So
Good.
yeah, by the time she walks up to the counter, they've already made what she gets.
Okay, so the staff there knows what she's about. Does she know all the patrons?
Huh?
Does she know all the people that eat there?
No, she basically pays attention to no one.
Okay. So she wouldn't notice at all if someone were watching her.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Ooh.
No, she honestly, yeah, she wouldn't notice. She'd be like really into her sandwich and probably just reading case files still. Like she probably reported the threat to her boss
Mm-hmm.
just because she was, gonna get permission to use a safe house later. But
Okay.
she kept the assumption that the cafe was safe.
Okay. When you get in, do you have to sign a log? Is it a shared building?
The safe house or what?
No. Your office building where you've gone to get your food.
Oh, you have to like keep card in to go to like offices, but the cafe is open.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm checking a thing real quick. Honestly, it'll be a favor.
Just checking a thing.
Yeah, never mind. We're good. So you go. Where are you sitting?
Back to the front door.
Back corner or whichever table has like the least amount of seats.
Okay. Okay. Someone comes up to the table that she's sitting at and drops a note, pulls up their hood, and starts to walk away. They're wearing a hoodie, if that wasn't clear.
Not a cloak.
Not a cloak, no.
Dang it.
It was like a alien, like,
He was a dude.
Alright. She reads the note. She's not got
So she's not stopping him. He's gonna walk out if she's gonna stop to read the note.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to play. Yeah.
Okay, so you're reading the note. The note says you probably should have listened to us.
Oh no.
no.
It's the whale.
Yeah. Is the guy still?
Say again, sorry?
She looks up from the note. Is the guy still within eyesight?
The guy's within eyesight. He's rounding a corner.
At this point, she yells, "Hey, asshole!"
Shit.
Get him.
He stops to look back, and in
got
that
him.
same instant, in that same instant, he starts to run away down around the corner.
Ninja mode.
Yeah, she starts yelling, "Security, security!"
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Security. Seems like
Yeah, yes. You're trying to leverage the position against him, in a sense, changing the game, wouldn't you say?
Oh yes, I would be.
alerting your allies to security.
I don't really have any power tags for relevant, so I'm gonna just roll.
Are you loud?
Oh yeah, she's very loud at this point.
There you go. Power shouting.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, maybe the only thing would be stronger than before.
Yeah.
That's relationships, that's not like physical strength, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
A 7. Hey, that's legit.
Good
Juice
enough.
equals power, and in this instance, since you didn't use any tags, there's a minimum of 1. So you do get 1 juice.
Nice.
Since you're changing the game, the story tag that you're creating in this instance would be the people, the security.
Security.
That's all.
Sometimes I can't type. So you've got the security moving in after him, moving in to apprehend him. Are you moving with him?
Yeah, like I'm trying to head towards him, but like with a little bit of a berth.
Okay. So then you move in. The security stops him. I guess he clocks. There are 2 of them, and he clocks one of them. It starts to move when the other one grabs him.
Tase him.
He's got 2 hands on him. The other guy's got his arm. The guy who's trying to run away has got his arms back behind him. You don't think that the security will be able to take him on by... The one guy got sucker punched.
Yeah.
The other guy doesn't have enough free hands to do anything to apprehend him while he's holding him.
Alright, I try to walk up and in the most calm way possible to say, no, I'm not gonna do that. Try to say something like, I know you can take him. You seem like a strong guy, but you don't want to do that. And I'm gonna try to convince him. And I'm gonna use my 2 of my mythos power tags and plant ideas and charm men.
Okay.
Dang.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a 12 in total.
Woo! Okay, so at least at the moment,
Team Avery.
he's going to change his agenda to include yours. So what is it that you're saying?
That he doesn't want to do that. For one, just like he wants to not put up a fight.
Okay, so he kind of lets his arms relax a little bit. He still seems somewhat hostile, but maybe he's not trying to. You said he doesn't want to run.
Yeah, he doesn't want to run. He doesn't want to at least attack me for sure.
Okay. We'll see.
So
We'll see.
Go ahead.
So who the hell are you?
Look, I see that fighting probably isn't going to help. I'm just delivering messages.
I get that, but delivering messages usually doesn't involve punching a security guard, so what the fuck?
He grabbed me. I was trying to get out, obviously.
Okay. I feel like this is cliche, but who sent you?
I mean, I'm not really supposed to say. Yeah.
Does the security guard that's down have like a club or a taser or something?
He's probably got a club.
Alright.
Take his nightstick.
I kind of look at him and
It's
like
just a
hold my
club.
hand out.
You look at the guy who got...
Hold my hand out, like basically like asking for the club.
Okay, you can take the club. He's
If you want me to
towards
try
unconscious.
What's up?
I said you can take his club. He's towards unconscious.
I'd stick him.
Yeah, I take my club and I smack the guy in the knee.
Okay.
Ooh.
Damn, dude.
Get it, Avery.
Would you say that you're hitting him with all you've got? I would.
I guess you would. It's
Yeah.
weird how that works. use my untethered power stack. That seems about right.
Yeah, that's a little unhinged.
Also, yeah. Hey, that's a 6.
The 6? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
You turn, you swing at the guy's leg. He moves his leg, and you manage to smack your other security guard.
Oh.
He drops. He understands. It was an honest mistake. Honestly, it's pretty impressive maneuvering. But this guy uses his opportunity to start taking off again.
Throw it at his feet.
I'm gonna try to throw the club at him at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say you're going toe-to-toe in an attempt to catch him on the head? Or would you say that you are... what's the other one I was going to use?
Taking the shot.
Shooting your shot.
Yeah. Or would you say that you're hitting him with all you... No, that's...
What's the shot?
Taking the risk, like trying to trip him.
Yeah, I'm taking a risk at trying to incapacitate him in some way. I'm not trying to just fight him.
Okay.
I'm trying to actively stop him.
Feel free to use that untethered again.
Yeah, untethered and tougher than before. That one actually.
Okay.
Then I'm glad I used 2. It's a 7.
Ah, nice.
Woo.
Okay. Hard bargain. You can throw it, and it could hit and trip him.
But it may ricochet into a third security guard.
Hopefully not. Okay.
Small pile just rounded the corner.
No!
Behind my hand.
Little Otto.
But he's starting to. He's making it out into a crowd, into public. You can trip him, but then it's still a matter of getting to him. He might disappear into the crowd. You have to make the effort to go get to him in order to stop him. The other security guard, his leg's been hit. The other one is still dazed and confused.
For so long.
It's got to be you.
I don't think she throws it, honestly, because she doesn't want to run after him.
Nice. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fair. Okay.
That was the police again.
Yeah, she can call the police again.
Hey guys, whale lady here.
Call the police again. Hey, it's me again.
Yeah. Are you gonna call them?
Yeah, so I call him up. Hey, so,
Recent
hi,
calls.
whale lady. Remember how I said that I had a threat against me?
Yes.
Yeah, I had another one, and this one attacked a security guard.
Okay. Not you, but a security guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't, technically I attacked a security guard, but the guy was really fast, so it's not my fault.
Okay.
He says it's fine.
Do you know what he looks like?
Do you?
He was in a hoodie.
Could you pick his face out of a lineup? You did have a moment where you could see him. That last thing was me to you.
Yeah, I think she, knows general, outline of his face, basics, but nothing detailed.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll send someone by with a few sketches. We've got a couple of leads on our end that we've been investigating. If you wouldn't mind looking, we'll send somebody over to your place.
Okay. So are you guys gonna do anything this time though? I don't need to be telling you how to do your job, but I've gotten 2 threats in a day, and it seems like there's also a dead whale and maybe a dead person.
Okay. I guess we could probably give you some sort of security personnel to escort you to your house.
No. My house is probably the last place that I would want to go, given
Okay.
that they know where I live.
Do you have some place where you can lay low for a while?
I do. I would like to talk to somebody else in this investigation, though, other than dispatch. No offense.
Sure. No, that's fair. I'll transfer your call
To your
over
manager.
to an officer that's been on working with the job so far. In the meantime,
Detective.
we'll forward her the composites.
Okay, and I will be in a secure office building for the rest of the day.
Oh, sure, yeah. We'll send somebody over. They'll escort you out.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nice. That'll be Corinne. We're getting towards a little later than I was anticipating. Would you guys be opposed to picking up and finishing next time?
I am okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I've got to do some chores.
I feel
I
you.
gotta go to bed.
Is
Gotta
this
snuggle
technically
that
not
otter.
the end of the episode?
This is not the end. It's a 2-part episode. I'm sorry
Woo!
to do that on
I
the
am
season
okay
opener.
with a 2-part episode.
But yeah, we'll meet up
2-part
again
pilot.
In
Means
short
the
time.
studio
I'm gonna
has faith
stop
in it.
the stream.